Good afternoon, football fans, live from Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut on the CACC Network and YouTube.com at Go Post Eagles. Your Post University Eagles are hosting the West Virginia Wesleyan Bobcats in an exciting Division II NCAA football game this afternoon. A pleasant, exciting, awesome, good afternoon to everyone across our multiple networks and platforms. I'm Jeff Nelson, your voice for Eagle football, back again for all your post-Eagles home football action. The start of a new season is always exciting, but for the Eagles, that excitement gets ramped up a notch or two as they enter year 4 as an official Division II program. And we're going to take a moment for our national anthem, which we are not going to do. This is the fun of Division II football, folks. As I said, always exciting here as we break out the different versions, and timing has all changed up here. But year 4 as a Division II football program, year number 2 as a formal member of the NE10 football conference. The Eagles ended their first season in the NE10 1-9 overall, 0-8 in conference. So they start the 2025 season looking for their first ever conference victory, looking to break a 9-game losing streak. The Eagles' all-time record as a football program through 3 seasons is 2-30. The Eagles had a bit of a roster overhaul in the offseason at many positions, but returning are both quarterbacks who started for them last season, and senior Malachi Taylor and junior Tyler Famicon. Taylor, who played in all 10 games last season, threw for 1,655 yards, 15 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, while Famicon got injured early in the season, played only 3 games, but threw for 2 touchdowns and rushed for 2 more. Running back-wise, Isaiah Emanuel is gone, and his 900 yards on the ground are also gone. He'll be replaced by NE10 All-Rookie team member, sophomore Adonis White, who last season had 176 yards total on the ground, but was a member of the NE10 All-Rookie team. The wide receiver room is probably where the most change has occurred, as only sophomore DJ Lisbon is returning to a wide receiver room. He's 6'3", but has 5 catches for 107 yards and a touchdown last season. Former Mr. Everything, All-NE10 first-team wide receiver Josh Tracy transferred up to FCS to play for the University of New Haven, where he had 9 catches for 145 yards yesterday in UNH's loss to Marist. Defensively, second-team All-NE10 linebacker junior Michael Gabetti moves into a hybrid safety role. He led all of Division II in tackles last season at 13.6 per game. He was third in the nation in solo tackles at 75 and had 136 over the full 10-game season. He's joined defensively by the returning NE10 All-Rookie, now sophomore linebacker Miles Sneed, who was 5th in the NE10 with 74 total tackles. Coach Adam Schultz returning for year number 4, the only coach in program history. He'll be looking to take this young team moving forward and get some more wins in the win column. The lone post win of the season in 2024 was 364 days ago against this same opponent today in West Virginia Wesleyan, the Bobcats out of Buchanan, West Virginia. They defeated them 41-24. It was the first home win in program history. As for West Virginia Wesleyan, the Bobcats out of the Mountain East Conference, their fortunes are very similar, but not exactly the same to the Eagles. They currently hold the nation's longest losing streak at 24 games, dating back to October of 2022. They also have the nation's longest conference losing streak at 40, as well as the nation's longest home losing streak at 23. Both of those streaks began in 2019. They have gone winless in back-to-back seasons, going 0-10 in 24 and 23. And as a program are 3-63 since the start of the 2018 season. While 2 of those streaks are on the line today, the overall losing streak is, as 5th-year head coach Dwayne Martin is trying to get his Bobcats to improve on both sides of the ball. They scored a Mountain East Conference low 18.27 points per game and gave up a league high 46.2 points per game. They do return their quarterback in junior Quentin Pulley, who played 8 games last season. He had 704 yards passing and 7 touchdowns to go along with 7 interceptions. Last year in Waterbury, Pulley went for 19 for 30, 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. They've overhauled their roster as well, with new running backs and wide receivers expected to make big contributions. Those questions and many more will be answered as week 1 of the college football season is set to begin. We'll take a moment now to pause correctly before the playing of our national anthem. That is our national anthem. Just to finish up the Open in the preseason, both the Eagles and Bobcats were picked to finish last by the coaches in their respective conferences. However, just like last year, one of them will go 1-0. The Eagles hope it will be them for the second consecutive season. The Bobcats are looking for their first win since they defeated Concord 23-18 8 years ago. Their first 1-0 start since 2017 when they defeated Concord 23-18. Will it be the Eagles 1-0 for the second consecutive season and 2-0 all-time against WVWU? Or will it be the Eagles who will take it back to the top? Let's get to the starting lineups, and those are brought to you by Post University, who wants you to ask yourself, are you a Post person? Post makes it personal with fast, flexible, and affordable programs that are designed to help you achieve your goals, no matter where you are in your academic journey. Post offers online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For more information on all the Post degree programs, to visit campus, take a tour, or apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. And the starting lineups for Post University on offense, quarterback Malachi Taylor will start as quarterback, though he and Tyler Famicon will be exchanging likely drives. We'll see how that plays out as the game moves along. Taylor, 6', 180, senior out of New York City. Last season, he was 102 for 234, 1,655 yards, 15 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. At running back, Adonis White, 5'7", 165 out of Newark, New Jersey. The wide receivers will be DJ Lisbon, sophomore, 6'3", 180 out of Westbury, New York. Israel Geraldo, freshman, 6', 182 out of Providence, Rhode Island. And Jaheim Chambers, wide receiver, 5'11", 182 out of Quebec, Canada. Tight end Jaquan Brummel, junior, 6'5", 187 out of Hamden, Connecticut. The offensive line, 2 of the 5 starters return. Colby Lorson Rice among them, senior out of North Haven, Connecticut, 6'5", 255. Corbett Brickle, freshman, 6'1", 235, plays guard out of Queens, New York. Jaden Gibbs, freshman, 6'1", 290 out of Springfield, Mass. is the center. Joseph Pieper, senior, 6'1", 280 out of North Haven, Connecticut. And the other returning member, the right tackle, Gio Rivera, senior, 6'6", 235 out of the Bronx, New York. Head coach in year number 4 is Adam Schultz. Has several returning players as graduate assistants coming back into the program. Captains are meeting at midfield today. The captains for the Eagles today, Tyler Famicon, Malachi Taylor, Michael Gabetti, and Amir Johnson. For West Virginia Wesleyan, Eric Carter and Ryan Stevens among their captains. This year, a little bit of a change. We do have instant replay this year, as required by the NE10. So coaches will have the opportunity to see if they can get a call overturned. Bye. I just went out. Calling the toss. And now we get ready for football as the Eagles and Bobcats will start the 2025 season. Wherever you are, we thank you as it's football time in Connecticut. Weather, you can't get any better than the weather that we have. 70 degrees, wind blowing from left to right as you look at your screen. Some white clouds, but not very much in the way of them, so not going to be a lot of shade today if you're sitting in the stands or outside in the Connecticut area.
Wind about 10 to 15 miles an hour is going left to right. As we get ready for the opening kickoff, good crowd on hand for the first game of the season. A lot of students here. We await the opening kickoff here this afternoon. Again, wind blowing left to right at about 10 miles per hour. Don't forget to stay with us at halftime. We'll go around. The post-university sports scene as we do at the halftime of all our home games. So the Eagles will kick off to start the season as they have deferred. Back to return for West Virginia Wesleyan is Tadarius Strobridge, 5'10", junior out of Miami, Florida. And Kevin Montag, running back out of Baltimore, Maryland. Eagles have brought in a new kicker for the season. As they will kick off from the 35-yard line, win at their backs. As Nathan Hawkins, freshman out of Phoenix, Arizona, the Eagle kicker, puts it on the far hash mark. Supposedly he has a big leg. As we get ready to start the 2025 football season here in Connecticut, wherever you are across the country, around the world on campus, or in the stadium, we thank you for joining us this afternoon. Hawkins approaches the ball, kicks it, uses that big leg, and drives the ball to the 5 where it's caught by Strobridge. Strobridge comes up the near side to the 20-25 and tackled nicely by an aggressive Shakir Price, cornerback 5'11" out of Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Makes a nice tackle on the near side, and the Bobcats will start 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. We'll put it on the 25 to be right on the line there. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Quarterback Quentin Pulley. And actually they have a different quarterback. It's Logan Sanders. So they've changed their starting lineup. It's Logan Sanders at quarterback, 6'1", 205 out of Ellesmere, Kentucky. He hands the ball off to the near side, avoids a tackle, keeps going, gets to about the 34-yard line before he's finally knocked out of bounds. Led by Quan Crawford on the tackle. That handoff went to Ryan Stevens, 6'2", 240 junior out of Georgia. Officially give him 8, so 2nd and 2. As West Virginia Wesleyan changed their quarterback, Quentin Pulley was listed as the starter, but Logan Sanders is in there now as the starting quarterback for West Virginia Wesleyan. Calls for the snap, hands it to Sanders again, tries to go right off tackle, might have gotten to the 35. They're going to mark him at the 34, so he's a yard short. That makes it 3rd and 1. As Stevens gets to the 34-yard line, so 3rd and 1. West Virginia Wesleyan last year on 3rd down, 41 of 149, 27.5%. They were 144th in the nation on 3rd down conversions. False start by the offensive line, as that would be number 60. Mads Hansen, 6'4" offensive lineman out of Denmark. He jumped a little early, formerly of Virginia Union. That'll push him back 5 yards, and now it's 3rd and 6. Eagles defensively last year, 50 for 125, 40%, 102nd in the nation on stopping 3rd downs. Both these teams statistically don't have the best numbers from last year, but it is a new season, and it's 3rd and 6. Snap. Looks over the middle, throws into a maze of players, and it's deflected and through the hands of number 86, Zion McIntosh, 6'3", 200 out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the junior. Ball got deflected as well on the first throw of the season by Landers. And the Eagles force the Bobcats off the field on their first possession. And into the punting formation we go. As the punter is Brian Johnston, sophomore, 6'2", 195. Back to receive for the Eagles is Israel Geraldo, freshman, 6', 195 out of Providence, Rhode Island. He's standing on his own 35. Johnston on his own 15 catches, gets the ball off into the wind. End over end kick. It bounces at the 40 and gets an Eagle bounce back to the 45. So overall, a 33-yard punt for Johnston. And the Eagles will start 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Four wide receivers, trip right. Adonis White in the backfield behind starting quarterback Malachi Taylor. 1,655 yards last year, 15 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He hands off this White, who goes off left tackle, gets about close to the first down, actually. Let's see where he might have stepped out of bounds. They'll give him 8 yards. Close to 7, so call it 2nd and 3 on the first run of 7 yards by Adonis White. And the Eagles go right back into the huddle, no huddle, as in the pistol formation is Taylor. White behind him, trips right still. Taylor throws the ball. It is dropped by Geraldo. And that was one of the problems that the Eagles had last year, was drops. On the quick pass to Geraldo. And now it's 3rd and 3, where the Eagles last year were 44 for 136, 32%, 121st in the nation. West Virginia Wesleyan second to last in conversions, 62-126 for 49%. Snap to Taylor in the shotgun, 3rd down, looks over the middle, has somebody. Nice catch with one hand by Geraldo this time. He'll get the first down and more, and is brought down at the 37-yard line of the Bobcats. And the Eagles get their first down of the season, move the chains, and we'll have the ball inside Bobcat territory on Israel Geraldo's first varsity catch, the freshman out of Providence, Rhode Island. Taylor 1 for 2 on this drive. 1st and 10 from the 38. Pistol formation. Hands it to White, who goes off right tackle this time. Has a little bit of a hole. We'll get to about the 32. Gain close to 5, maybe 6 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down and call it 4.5. As the Eagles on their opening drive of the season, 2nd and 6, this time going a slightly slower with just under 12 minutes to go in the first quarter. Twins to the right, single receiver left. White next to Taylor in the shotgun. Hands off to White again. He'll go off right tackle again this time. He's close to a first down. He got the first down as he got to the 26-yard line. That's a first down for the Eagles, their 2nd of the game. And now the Eagles 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Eagles doing a nice job on this drive, the opening drive of the season, after stopping West Virginia Wesleyan on their drive on a 3 and out. Twins to the right, single receivers far side left. The tight end is on the left-hand side. White in the pistol. Handoff to White. This time he'll go up the middle. He finds another hole, and he drives forward for close to 8 more as he gets down to the, call it 18.5-yard line. Eagles quickly moving, no huddle, keeping the defense on the field. Another handoff to White. This time he'll go off the right guard. He's close to a first down. He needs the 16. The ball's at the 16. Referee points, says that is a first down, and the Eagles move the chains for the 3rd time on this drive. Oh, I'm sorry, the officials, there's confusion between the officials. The referee called first down. The line judge did not move the change. Now they have moved the change, and that is a first down at the 16-yard line. It's a chain gang on that one who did not get the memo, as it's 1st and 10. Eagles inside the red zone for the first time this season. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. This time in the shotgun with White next to him instead of in the pistol. Tight end goes in motion, snap, hand off to White, who tries to go off right tackle. He avoids one tackle, he's still going. He's down to the 5, and he walks out of bounds. Excuse me, at the 10, apologies. So he gains close to 6, and that'll make it 2nd and 5 from the 10. He needs the 6 for a first down. Just over the 10-yard line, just behind the 10-yard line, rather. And now all alone in the backfield with 4 wide receivers set, twins to either side is Taylor. He moves Geraldo in the backfield. He hands off on the jet sweep to Geraldo. He tries to get around the corner. He gets to the 5. He's toward the end zone, and I think he's just short. He might have fumbled the ball as well. He's on the 1-yard line. West Virginia Wesleyan saying they got the ball. No signal from the officials. Looks like Geraldo, if he did fumble, was able to get the ball back. That's a first down for the Eagles. 1st and goal from the 1. So now it's 1st and goal. For the Eagles at the 1-yard line. White in the backfield in the pistol behind Taylor. 1 wide receiver to the left. 1st and goal from the 1. Eagles opening drive. Hands to White. Goes up the middle. Has a hole. It's a touchdown for Adonis White on a beautiful opening drive by the Eagles as they march down the field for the opening score of the season. Adonis White doing the heavy lifting. He gets his first rushing touchdown of his career, as he didn't get one last season, and the all-NE10 rookie gets into the nest to give the Eagles a 6-0 lead. Now Hawkins out to kick, making his first attempt at an extra point. Tyler Famicon, the holder. Bradley Schwartz, the long snapper, just transferred in of Wantagh, New York. Schwartz, solid snap. Kick up, it is good. Beautiful kick there by Hawkins, and the Eagles, a professional-looking opening drive, take a 7-0 lead. Nope. Okay. So scratch the make on the extra point, although everybody in the booth here thought that went through. Spotter thought it went through, but the officials say it didn't. So we'll call it 6-0 as Hawkins missed the kick, although it would have been good from 45 as he did get a leg under it. So 6-0, extra point missed, as we were all a little surprised by that. Good snap, though. Six nothing, and we start again. But an excellent opening drive by the Eagles. Who marched down the field, got 4 first downs, and a 1-yard rush by Adonis White to make it 7-0. So, as good a start as you can have for the Eagles, forced West Virginia Wesleyan to go 3 and out, then drove right down the field 55 yards. Capped by a 1-yard Adonis White touchdown run. Malachi Taylor 1 for 2 on the drive. Hawkins approaches the ball with the wind at his back. Kicks it deep again. This one will get into the end zone, and they're going to bring it out. At the 5-10, makes a veer at the 15, and he is dragged down by multiple Eagles, led by Jack Adams, the junior out of Manawan, New Jersey, as a poor decision to take it out of the end zone by Tadarius Strobridge. Not only did he have to go back for the ball, he stopped in the end zone and then decided to bring it out, which gave the Eagle defense plenty of time, special teams, plenty of time to get down there and make the tackle. So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats at the 15-yard line on the near hash. See who comes out for quarterback. It's still going to be Logan Landers, the 6'1 senior out of Ellesmere, Kentucky, who got the surprise start. Again, Quentin Pulley was listed as the starter coming into today's game. Tight formation. In the shotgun is Landers. Hands the ball off on a bit of a jet sweep. and gets nowhere is Kevin Montague, the 6'3" running back out of Baltimore, Maryland. He actually loses 2 yards. A gang tackle led by A.J. Morrison among the group. 5'11", 175 out of Queens, New York is A.J. 2nd and 12 from the 13. Shotgun for Landers. He's got Montague next to him. Moved him from left to right. Eagles might have jumped. Nope, no flag. Throw up and off the hands of the receiver Jordan Hayward, 5'10", 165 junior out of Sumter, South Carolina. That ball went right through his hand. Should have been caught. Would have gotten him a game of about 4 or 5. But now instead of 3rd and 8, it's 3rd and 12 for West Virginia Wesleyan on their second possession. Twin receivers to the far side left. Single receiver to the right. Tight end on the right-hand side. He's got Montague in the backfield next to him, does Landers, on 3rd and 12. Claps, gets the ball, looks over the middle, avoids the sack, then gets hammered in the backfield on a beautiful tackle by Amir Johnson for a sack for the Eagles. Landers avoided the first player, whose number I did not see, but Amir Johnson cleaned that up, the 6'3" graduate linebacker from Neptune, New Jersey, and the Eagles' first sack of the season. And a loss of 8. And now West Virginia Wesleyan for the second time today will have to punt as Brian Johnston out of Buchanan, West Virginia, which is where West Virginia Wesleyan is, will be inside his own end zone with the wind in his face, punting to Israel Geraldo standing at the Bobcat 40. His first punt went 33 yards. Good snap. Gets the ball off. It's going to be way short. It bounces at the 28, almost hits a post player, and then dies at the 35. So a 27-yard punt for Johnston into the wind. Geraldo didn't even have a chance to catch the ball. Almost hit an Eagle, though, which would have been disastrous. But now the Eagles have the ball 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 35. Great field position on both drives for the Eagles. And out comes Tyler Famicon to be quarterback for this drive. He's got Adonis White next to him in the shotgun. Single receiver left, single receiver to the right. Famicon, who got hurt after 3 games last year, was 15 for 30, 250 yards and 2 touchdowns in the air. He hands to White off of right tackle, finds a bit of a hole, gets to about the 31-yard line, maybe 32. Call it a gain of 4 for Adonis White. And 2nd and 6.5, we'll say. Famicon also had 2 rushing touchdowns last season and 121 yards on the ground before his injury. Pistol formation. Famicon has Adonis White behind him. 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Snap. Keeps the ball, this Famicon. He goes off right tackle. He's got a hole, too, and he'll get to the 20, and that's enough for a first down. As Taylor's more of the thrower, Famicon's more of the option runner. He kept the ball instead of giving it to White, and he had a gain of 11 yards on that play. 1st and 10, Eagles just outside the red zone as they're at the 21. Snap to Famicon. He keeps the ball again, but he will get swallowed up this time by 45. Keemon Jefferson, 6'2", 205 defensive lineman out of Madison, Wisconsin. He's a freshman. So a good play by the freshman there, and the Eagles lose 3 on the quarterback keeper. 2nd and 13 from the 24-yard line. Famicon has White next to him in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. That's Jaheim Chambers. Snap, fakes a handoff. He rolls out to his left, looking to throw. He pitches it ahead. It's caught at the 15. Dragged down at the 13 on the little pitch to Jaquan Bromell. 6'5", tight end out of Hamden, Connecticut, gets his first catch of the season. And a gain of 9 makes this a manageable 3rd and 3 for the Eagles with 5:36 to go in the first quarter. Eagles driving for the second time, 3rd and 3 from the 14. They need the 11. Pistol formation, White behind Famicon. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Snap. Gives to White, who has a hole up the middle. He gets close to the 11. He might be about a half yard short. Let's see what the official spot is. Might be closer to the 12. He needs about the 11.5, so I think he's about a half yard short. And he is. Half yard short, so 4th and 1. Eagles last year, 8 for 24 on 4th down, 33%. West Virginia Wesleyan, 3rd to last in the nation last year, 14 for 21 and stopping them, 66.7%. Pistol formation, 4th and about a half a yard. Snap to Famicon, gives to White, looking to get up the middle. He needs the 11. I think he's got it based on the far side line judge. They're going to move him 1st down. White gets the yard he needed, as he needed about the 11.5. I think he got to about the 10.5 as he sort of jumped into the pile. That's all the Eagles needed was the half yard. He got a yard. It's 1st and 10. Let's see where they officially spot it. It's either going to be 1st and goal or it's going to be 1st and 10. It's 1st and 10, so the Eagles have an opportunity to get a 1st down just basically at the goal line. Well, they're not moving the chain, so I guess they're saying it's on the 10. So 1st and goal from the 10. Famicon in the shotgun with White to his right. Fakes the handoff. Gives to White. Gets nowhere. Loses. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard on that handoff. As Famicon's only thrown once on this drive. He's 1 for 1. Everything else has been either handoffs or quarterback keepers. And now it's 2nd and goal from just outside the 10. On the Eagles' second possession of the game, they lead 7-0. 3 minutes and change to go in the first quarter. Eagles with the wind at their back. Now Famicon all alone with 4 wide receivers. Man in motion, fakes the jet sweep. Famicon will keep it. He'll try to go up the middle. He finds a hole. He's going to the end zone. He veers to the left. It's a touchdown for Tyler Famicon, and the Eagles take a 12-0 lead as Famicon on the quarterback keeper runs for 11 yards, and the Eagles on their second drive of the season score their second touchdown as Famicon goes into the nest. And the Eagles have a 12-0 lead, and they'll try to get the extra point as they missed the first one. As Hawkins back to kick again, Famicon will hold Bradley Schwartz, the snapper. Snap is good. Kick is up. That one looks good, and it is good, as the officials call that one good, and the Eagles, on a beautiful 35-yard drive, score their second rushing touchdown of the game for Famicon, his first rushing touchdown of the season, 3rd as an Eagle all time, and they lead 13-0 with 3:15 to go in the first quarter. And you couldn't have asked for a better first 12 minutes for Eagle football. Stopped West Virginia Wesleyan twice on 2 drives, 3 and out, including a sack. And score on both of their drives, 55 yards on the first one, 35 yards on the second one. And the Eagles have done everything they needed to do early on here and have a 13-0 lead. And Hawkins will kick off again. Hawkins in the same spot will kick again. Back is Strobridge and Montague to receive. Both at the goal line this time, as I think they realize the wind is pushing that ball. Good kick this time. Line drive is going to go into the end zone. It's fumbled out of the end zone, but all that means is a touchback, as Strobridge had put his arm up anyway for a fair catch, but it goes out of the end zone, and it's a touchback. So the Bobcats will have 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. This is their 3rd drive. They've gone 3 and out on both. Last time, Amir Johnson with a big sack, and plagued by a drop as Jordan Hayward dropped the ball on the 2nd drive. So back out is Landers. He's got Stevens behind him. Now moves him to his left. Snap, hands off, right into a mad pile of Eagles, and they stop him for probably a 1 or 2 yard loss. Led by Miles Snee, the All-NE10 rookie, 5'9" safety out of West Orange, New Jersey, called a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Receivers on either side. Stevens behind Landers in the pistol. He moves him to his right now. Snap. Landers looks over the middle, now looks right. Tries to avoid a sack. Now he's rushing, and he gets taken down. And the Eagles have another sack. It's Alexander Katrakazis, the graduate defensive lineman out of Brumal, Pennsylvania, with the sack there. A loss of 13. And now it's 3rd and 25 for the Bobcats from their own 10. They have 4 wide receivers this time. Snap. Landers looking to throw. He needs 25 yards. Goes to the screen to Stevens. Gets to the 10, 15. He's up to the 20. He's still on his feet, but he has a long way to go. He had to get to the 35. He got 18 of it back, but needed 25, and now it's 4th and 7. Good job by the Eagles to give him the space, but tackle him well short of the first down marker. West Virginia Wesleyan acting like they're going to go for it on 4th and 7. I know they haven't started well, but that would be a little silly inside their own territory. But no, they're going to pull the ball off and punt as Bryson Johnston comes out after 33 yards and 25-yard punts. He'll stand at his own 15, still kicking into the wind with 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Israel Geraldo standing at his own 45. And was there a timeout called? Nope, delay of game, actually, so push him back 5 yards. So that'll move Geraldo up to midfield to try to catch a punt kicked by Bryson Johnston, who has a 33-yard punt and a 25-yard punt. Geraldo has not touched the ball yet on the punt return. Eagles look like they're going to bring a rush. Snap. Johnson has time. Nobody rushed. Ball kicked up in the air, and it's short again. It bounces at the 45, goes off to the side. Will be touched at the 42. So call that a punt of 17. So he's gone 33, 25, and 17 on Johnston's 3 punts. No return again for Geraldo, but the Eagles will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 40. Call it the 43. Officially the 43. Eagles have scored on both their drives so far, 55 yards and 35 yards. This one starts at the 43 in Bobcat territory. 2 running backs flanking. Quarterback Malachi Taylor with 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Snap to Taylor. He rolls to his left. He's going to actually run with it. Gets past the line of scrimmage, may have gained a yard or 2, depending on where he officially goes out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 41, so call it a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 for the Eagles at the 41-yard line. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Eagles lead 13-0 on touchdowns by Adonis White, a 1-yard run, and Tyler Famicon, an 11-yard run. Single running back to the right of Taylor. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Looks right, throws right, dropped by Geraldo, who got alligator arms on that one as it was in his hands and he dropped it. That's his 2nd drop of the quarter. He has 1 reception and 2 drops, does Geraldo. Makes it 3rd and 8. Looked like Geraldo was trying to run before catching the ball. Went right through his hands. So 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. They need the 33. They're at the 41. Probably the way the Eagle defense is playing, it's going to be two chances here. Snap to Taylor. Looks over the middle. Looks to throw. Throws it deep down the left side. He's got a man, but it's at Lisbon. It was DJ Lisbon, the 6'3" sophomore from Westbury, New York. That'll be 4th and 8. And the Eagles are going to punt it here from the 41, their first punt of the day. So the Eagles with the wind at their back and 25 seconds to go in the first quarter will punt. Hayden Hall, 6'3", 164 out of Darien, Connecticut, is the punter. Back to receive it is, looks like Kevin Montague, standing at his own 5. Schwartz, the snapper. Good snap. Hall, ball down, gets a good kick up in the air. Let's see if it's caught. It's actually caught at the goal line by Montague. Now he tries to avoid the defender. Bad decision by Montague. Should have just let that go into the end zone. Cost his team at least 10 yards, might be 11. Let's see if they're going to knock him out at the 9. Cost his team 11 yards. Not only was he on the goal line, but there were 2 Eagle defenders right there who could have knocked it out of his hands. So he cost his team, call it 11 yards by not allowing that ball to go in the end zone. So a 41-yard punt for Hall. 9-yard return for Montague. And now Landers in the pistol. 2 receivers short side right, single receiver to the left. 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. Snap to Landers, hands off to Stevens, tries to go up the middle, doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, lost a half yard. That might be the last play of the first quarter. Let's see if they run another play or let it run out with the wind in their face. Little pushing and shoving down there as well. And that's the end of the first quarter. As good of a quarter as you can expect out of the Eagles. 3 drives, 2 touchdowns, and they've forced West Virginia Wesleyan to go 3 and out each time. West Virginia Wesleyan's 4th possession is now. The Eagles lead after 1 quarter, 13-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Quick break here on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. Eagles lead 13-0. Start of the second quarter here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson. The Eagles lead the Bobcats 13-0. Through 1 quarter, a solid first quarter for the Eagles. Now the wind at their backs are the Bobcats. Winds in the face of the Eagles as we start the second quarter. 2nd and 10 from the 9-yard line of the Bobcats. Landers still the quarterback. Actually, see if they switch quarterbacks. Montague is actually playing quarterback now for the Bobcats. He calls for the ball. It's a running play. Tries to go off tackle. There's a flag down. That could be illegal formation. Let's see. Ends up getting a yard on the, as Montague went in to play quarterback. I think I called the Eagles offsides. So should be 2nd down. Official calls 1st down. Should be 2nd and 5. And they've made that correction. So first penalty of the game, a 5-yard penalty against the Eagles. Montague still in at quarterback. Claps twice, takes a high snap. He'll go off tackle again on the left-hand side, trying to get around. He gets around one corner. He's still going to the 35-40, and he's finally taken down as this Wildcat formation is working for the Bobcats. See where they officially call him out of bounds. It'll be the 35. So the first down of the season for West Virginia Wesleyan. And back comes Landers in at quarterback after 2 Wildcat plays. But the first down And the farthest they've moved the ball is the 35-yard line. Snap to Landers, fakes a handoff, throws it over to the far side, gets a block and maybe 3 yards. See if there's a late flag over there as well. See who made the catch. Caught by number 8, Jordan Haywood. Gains, call it 3. Got out to the 38-yard line. So 2nd and 7. Trip receivers left, single receiver right. As Landers to Haywood on the completion. Moves Stevens in motion, throws to Stevens. High ball, caught by Stevens. He's a big boy, though. Moving forward, he's at the 45. He gets a first down before he's gang tackled by many Eagles, led by Giovanni Flacavento. The freshman defensive back, 192, 5'10", out of Wappinger Falls, New York. And that's a second first down on this drive. Stevens, a big boy, when he's coming out of the backfield with steam, 6'2", 240. Out of Collins Hill High School in Georgia. Pistol formation for Landers. 2 receivers on the far side. Nope. Yep, still 2 receivers on the far side. Now he switches the near side receiver. He's going to go trips on the left. Confusion among the West Virginia Wesleyan offense. They stacked the 3 receivers on the left side. Stevens moves from pistol to shotgun. Snap. Landers gives to Stevens off on the near side. Holding on to a leg, but Stevens is dragging players. He's still up. Got 5 yards. That's a big boy, 6'2", 240. And there was an Eagle on the ground who got his leg after 1 yard, and Stevens dragged him another 4. See who that was. Looks like that was Zechariah Roundtree who had the leg, the 6'1" junior safety out of Waterbury, Connecticut. So 5 for Stevens. And they bring in a different running back in the backfield. 2 claps by Lander, 3 claps, high snap, fakes the handoff, throws to the near side, caught for a gain of about 3.5, so 3rd and 1 and maybe 3rd and 2. As that was caught by number 87, whose name we don't have on the roster. Claps twice, claps 3 times as Landers. Trips left, single receiver right. He's got Mason White, 6', 225 out of Charleston, South Carolina in the backfield with him. And apologies, we don't have 87 on the roster for West Virginia Wesleyan, so 3-yard catch, but I don't know who it was. Claps 3 times, hands off. Tries to go off tackle. He'll get the first down, will Mason White. And the drive continues for West Virginia Wesleyan with the wind at their back. It's 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. As the Wildcat in that big long run that was had by Montague has helped change momentum. Twin receivers left on a far side stack, single receiver right. Snap, fakes the handoff. Landers looks left, now running away from Amir Johnson, throws it, has a receiver, it is caught. Oh, they're going to say he's out of bounds, so it was caught, but out of bounds was Joseph Triplett, 6'3" junior out of Bealton, Virginia. Excuse me. Caught the ball, but was out of bounds. And Landers running from the rush of Amir Johnson. So that'll set up 2nd and 10. White in the backfield. They set up the pistol again with Landers in the shotgun. Pistol behind him is White. Trip receivers left. Clap, snap, hold. White up the middle. Still up, keeps going, gets close to a first down. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short. Good run by White. Running backs for West Virginia Wesleyan are big. White, 6', 225. Stevens, 6'2", 240. Those are big boys to take down on the smaller defensive line for the Eagles. Shotgun for Landers. Snaps, fakes the handoff, throws it over here. It's caught, but behind the line of scrimmage, he's going to get tackled down. And that'll be 4th down as Jordan Hayward caught the ball at the 35. They needed the 31. He threw it 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Lost a yard. 4th and 3. Wind at the backs of the Bobcats. 4th and 3. They're going to bring in Montague for Landers. So the Eagles going to go, Bobcats, are going to go Wildcat again. They may take a timeout. This is a very important play for the Bobcats. Trailing 13-0. Montague in the Wildcat. He's got White behind next to him in the shotgun. Trip receivers to the left. 4th and 3 from the 34. Snap. Up the middle. Montague gets the first down and more. Big play by the Bobcats. He gets down to about the 25. A gain of 9. Too easy on 4th and 3. As that Wildcat play has worked for Montague so far. Those have really been the most successful plays the Bobcats have had. Pistol formation as Landers has White behind him. Now moves him next to him. Twin receivers left, single receiver right. Hands off to White. Tries to go off left tackle, and a nice tackle right at the line of scrimmage by Amir Johnson. Excuse me, that was 8, not 0. Equan Crawford, 5'9", 200 out of Red Bank, New Jersey. Second call at 9. Twin receivers near side, far side. Single receiver to the right. White next to him in a shotgun. High snap. Landers looks over the middle. Now looks to the right. Throws it on a post pass. It is deflected. Looked like A.J. Morrison was back there to make the tip. Flacavento there as well, but that leaves to 3rd and 9 on the deep throw. Ball at the 24. Ball at the 23. They need just past the 14 for a first down. Probably 4-down territory for West Virginia Wesleyan. Let's see what they do. Shotgun with White next to him is Landers. Landers takes the ball, looks left, throws left, over the middle, dangerously. He's intercepted by the Eagles. It looks like Gabetti at the 20 gets to the 25-30 as the ball was deflected out of the Bobcat receiver's hands, popped up in the air, and that's one of the easiest interceptions you'll have as the nation's leading tackler, Michael Gabetti, picks it off. Turnover, West Virginia Wesleyan, and the Eagles get off the field on the turnover and now have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. First interception for Michael Gabetti. First turnover of the season for both teams. Both the giveaway and takeaway. Eagles last year were -8 in the turnover category. West Virginia Wesleyan was -4. So the Eagles +1 to start this game with 8 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the first half. Taylor over here on the left side is caught. 30, 35, still going to the 40, and then a big hit on Miles Ward, who's a yard short of the first down. Ward, the senior wide receiver, 5'10", 175 out of Springfield, Massachusetts. As Taylor in for quarterback again. Back-to-back possession, 2nd and 1. Taylor, hands off. Up the middle to White. White's got the first down and maybe a yard more as he gets to the 43. He needed the 41. First down, Eagles. On their 4th drive of the game, leading 13-0. Halfway through the second quarter, Taylor in the shotgun, twin receivers right, single receiver left, fakes the handoff, throws, back screen to Lisbon. Lisbon gets to the 45-50. He's got speed to the 45-30. He's still up on his feet. 25-20, and he's tackled out of bounds at the 17-yard line. DJ Lisbon. His first catch of the season, the only returning wide receiver from last year's team. And a humongous catch and run there as he's out officially at the 18. That's a 38-yard catch and run for DJ Lisbon. And the Eagles have flipped the field position in just 3 plays. Snap, handoff to White, up the middle, gets through 1 or 2 players. He's up into the backfield. He's still on his feet, drags players down into the red zone. It's 1st and goal from the 9 on a 10-yard run by Adonis White. Eagles, no huddle, just keep going. Snap to Taylor, right to White, has a hole, goes off left tackle, tries to find it, gets maybe to the 7. Had a hole between the guard and the center, chose to go off tackle. Gained about 1 or 2. They'll officially call it 1. Second and goal from the 8. Eagles driving, leading 13-0. This drive started off a Michael Gabetti interception, and the Eagles have run and thrown the ball down 60-some-odd yards. Handoff to White, up the middle, nobody touches him, he's into the nest, and Adonis White, an 8-yard touchdown run, his second of the game. And the Eagles have a 19-0 lead, and nobody touched Adonis White on the 8-yard run. Eagles made that drive look very, very easy. 5 plays, 70 yards. And Hawkins will try for the extra point. Schwartz the snapper, Famicon the holder. Snap is good, spot is good, kick is up, and it is good. And the Eagles have a 20-0 lead with 6 minutes and 24 seconds to go. 6:08. It's amazing how an 8 looks like a 24 from this side, but we'll call 6:08 to go in the first half. Eagles with a 20-0 lead. Michael Gabetti's interception, and 5 plays, 70 yards after it, gives the Eagles a 20-0 lead. If the Eagles could bottle up this first 21 minutes of football and apply it to every game this season, this will be a good season. As good a 21 minutes as you can play. They've scored on 3 of their 4 possessions. They have a turnover. They have 2 sacks. And have made life really difficult for West Virginia Wesleyan, who trail 20-0. Hawkins will kick into the wind for the first time. He'll use the near side hash. And for West Virginia Wesleyan, this is not what head coach Dwayne Martin wanted to see. They come in with the nation's longest losing streak at 24 games, and we're very hopeful. Game's far from over, but trail 20-0. Back to receive are Hayward and Strobridge. Strobridge and Montague. Kick into the wind, solid kick. It'll get to the 5 where Strobridge will catch it. Strobridge comes all the way to the far side of the field, tried to go up the middle, and was brought down. Good special teams coverage by the Eagles. As 20 yards on that return by Strobridge, taken down at the 25. So 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Bobcats. Their 5th possession. Last one ended on an interception by the nation's leading tackler a season ago, Michael Gabetti. Now, who's moved from linebacker to safety. Snap. Landers hands off to White, who gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe got to the line of scrimmage. So no gain, 2nd and 10. That was a tackle by Kevin White, sophomore defensive lineman out of Millville, New Jersey. Pistol formation, tight bunch with the receivers. 2nd and 10 for Landers. Snap to Landers, looks to the right, throws to the left. It is dropped by the tight end, Zion McIntosh, listed as a wide receiver, 6'3", 200. Out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's 3 drops for West Virginia Wesleyan today, and leads to another 3rd down. Landers got the surprise start today for West Virginia Wesleyan. It was listed as Quentin Pulley, the returning junior, but Landers got the start. No update on whether Pulley is injured or not, but start anyway. Snap to Landers, looks to the right, throws to the right, behind the receiver, and not close for a first down anyway, even if he caught it. And he did not, as Joseph Triplett, that ball was thrown behind him. Long throw for Landers. He's on the far hash mark. He threw it all the way to the other side of the field and short-hopped it. Would have been short anyway by about 3 yards, even if caught by Triplett. And out comes Johnston for his 4th punt of the game. First 3 punts, 33, 25, and 17 yards. Into the wind, mind you, so this time he's got the wind at his back. Israel Geraldo back on his own 35-yard line. Johnston standing at the 10, where he will punt with the wind at his back for the first time. And is that another delay of game penalty? It is. West Virginia Wesleyan shooting themselves in the foot. That's 2 delay of game penalties on punts. They wait a long time on like 4th and 10. If it was 4th and 10, it was 4th and 20 the last time. They wait a long time to get that punt team out there. Moves them back 5 yards. Moves Geraldo up 5 yards. Snap is low. It's bouncing on the ground. See if he gets it off. He does. Good job by Johnston to get it off. Decent punt. Caught at the 40 by Geraldo. He's at the 50. 45, 40, makes a veer to the right, 35, 30. He's still on his feet, 25, 20. He's still going to the 15. An awesome return by Israel Geraldo, his first of the season. After a 35-yard punt by Johnston, his best of the day, on a ground ball that was snapped to him, Geraldo took it at the 41 and returned it 49 yards, 48 yards officially. And the Eagles have the ball 1st and 10 inside the red zone again, where they are 3 for 3 today. Tyler Famicon at quarterback. In the pistol with White behind him. Twin receivers to the left. Single receiver to the right. 20-0 Eagles here in the first half. Snap to Famicon. Gives the ball to White up the middle. Maybe got 3. Crossed over the 10, so he's close to the 8. Don't think the Eagles could get a first down, so that ball must have been right on the 10. So 2nd and goal from the 8. Famicon in the shotgun with White to his left. Man in motion and a flag. Bromell was in motion, and the Eagles have their false start penalty, their first offensive penalty of the day. Only the 2nd penalty of the day for the Eagles. So now outside the 10, 2nd and goal from the 13. Twin receivers left. Bromell the tight end to the left. Single receiver right is Chambers. Shotgun formation for Famicon with White next to him. Snap to Famicon. Fakes the handoff. Rolls off to the left. He's going to run with it. He gets to the 10, and he's taken down inside the 10. Might have gotten back to the 8, so got the 5 yards back, and that's 3rd and goal from the 8. So they got the penalty yardage back on the Famicon run. That'll make it 3rd and goal from the 8. Twin receivers right, single receiver to the left is McCullough. Famicon in the shotgun. Snap. Gives to White. White tries to go off tackle, but this time stopped. Good defensive play by Matthew Zviatko, 6'1 linebacker out of Hampstead, Maryland. And the Eagles, for the first time, are going to kick a field goal, or try a field goal, should I say, as they are stopped on 4th down in the red zone. Eagles last year in the red zone were at 62.1% on red zone scores, 18 for 29, 150th in the nation. Hawkins is 2 for 3 on field goals. Schwartz the snapper, Famicon the holder. Snap is good. Famicon gets it down. Kick is up, and it is good. Field goal for Nathan Hawkins. That's something the Eagles didn't get a lot of last year. They only had 2. They have 1 in this game, and it is 23-0. on the 33-yard field goal. $23-0. So Connor Seelock and Colby Lorson-Rice each get personal foul penalties for the pushing and shoving after the field goal. They offset, and the Eagles have a 23-0 lead. As I mentioned, Eagles were 18 for 29 last year in the red zone. They had 16 touchdowns and 2 field goals. Already today they've been in the red zone 4 times, and they're 4 for 4. The red zone defense for West Virginia Wesleyan was 52 of 58. 10.3%. They were 148th in the nation. So the Eagles, West Virginia Wesleyan hasn't been in the red zone yet offensively, and the Eagles are 4 for 4, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. No change of placement on the kickoff for Hawkins. Ball at the near side hash 35. 3:10 to go in the first half. Eagles lead 23-0. Hawkins, big kick, gets it all the way down. It's taken by Hayward at the 10-15, 20-25, makes a move to the middle, taken down at the 30, though, by Iquan Crawford. Man, good job by Hawkins. He's got a good leg. It's a solid start for the Eagles on the kicking wide, even though he missed an extra point, although we all thought that was good. He's 2 for 3 on the extra points and a 33-yard field goal. Now 1st and 10 for the Bobcats at the 32-yard line. Don't forget to stay with us at halftime. We'll go around the Post-University Sports Scene, get you updated on all the football around the nation in the top 25 and then where we are in the NE10 for week number 1 in Division 2. Snap to Landers, hands the ball off to Stevens. He goes up the middle, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Great job by tackling there, led by 78 Jordan Reamer, sophomore defensive lineman out of Matawan, New Jersey. And West Virginia Wesleyan very frustrated here in the first half. They've lost 24 in a row and had hopes coming into this game against a post team that went 1-9 last year, but have seen the struggles, trailing 23-0, and the Eagles get the ball to start the second half. 2nd and call it 9. Snap to Landers, hands off to Stevens, tries to go off left tackle this time, finds more of a hole. He'll get the first down as he needed the 42. A run of 9.5, though there's an Eagle down, and that's Rizhan McNeil, 6'2", 212 linebacker out of Asbury Park, New Jersey, is down. Run of 10 for Stevens. And a first down for West Virginia Wesleyan. McNeil down. Let's give you scores from around the nation. Number 3, Ohio State leads Texas 7-0 at halftime. Number 24, Tennessee leads Syracuse 24-14. Under a minute to go in the first half, and Tennessee is driving. That's the top 25 right now. Mississippi State leads Southern Miss at halftime 13-10. Maryland, upset special for a lot of people. They all thought Florida Atlantic might win that one. They lead Florida Atlantic 33-7 at halftime. Purdue all over in-state neighbor Ball State, 28-0 in the third. Tulane, 20-3. Up on Northwestern down in Louisiana. Pittsburgh 34, Duquesne 6. Navy with a 31-0 lead over VMI. Kent State, who went winless last season, leads Merrimack 7-3, and Kentucky leads Toledo 7-2 in the second half. So a safety there, as we don't have Rouges in college football. So Kentucky leads 7-2 in the second quarter. Those are all the games with scores at the moment. McNeil helped off the field. Hopefully not anything more than something he can come back from. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line for West Virginia Wesleyan. They trail 23-0 with 2 minutes and change remaining. Hands off to Stevens, tries to go off tackle. He gets tracked down. Nice tackle by Jazir Orleus, freshman defensive back, 183 out of Jersey City, New Jersey. A loss of 4 on a nice tackle there. And again, think of that size differential, 183 pounds, bringing down a running back who's 240. Timeout. Oh, sorry, that's the 2-minute warning. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're at the 2-minute warning. Both teams still have all their timeouts. Eagles lead 23-0. Don't forget to join us for our next game. That'll be 2 weeks from today, a home game against Southern Connecticut State University here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. If you can't join us live, you can always listen to us or watch us on the CACC network or youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Also, encourage you to go to the Go Post Eagles Instagram page. Take a look at some awesome videos that have been posted by our media department. A couple of them were posted today, and very excellent sort of hype videos for the sports season here at Post University, which gets underway today with this football game. We'll go over all that stuff at halftime, but I encourage you to go to Instagram, Go Post Eagles, look at some of those hype videos and information that has been posted. The media days were there for all your favorite teams. That game 2 weeks from today against Southern Connecticut State, while they are an NE10 team, that will technically be a non-conference game. Just based on scheduling, because the University of New Haven moved up a level, it sort of opened to put a hole in the schedule for everybody. So the Eagles are playing Southern Connecticut twice. The first game will be non-conference. That'll be 2 weeks from today. 2nd and 13. Landers claps, gets the ball, looks left, now looks over the middle, now is running away from Eagle pressure, throws it, almost picked off by Orleus again. Good coverage there. Dangerous throw by Landers, and that'll lead to 3rd and 14. Eagles with an opportunity to get the ball back, leading 23-0. Third and 14. They need the Eagle 47 for a first down. Trips left, single receiver right. In the backfield is White. Shotgun for Landers, takes the snap, looks left, throws left, caught, missed the tackle. He might get to the first down, and he does. That's a missed tackle that, if made, would have made it 4th and 5. But the missed tackle by, I think that was Mac White, got the first down. And Bobcats in Eagles territory. Landers looks to throw, is going to get taken down on a sack, the 3rd of the game by the Eagles. And it's Orleus again. Defensive back from Jersey City, New Jersey, took Landers down. That's a huge loss of 10. 3rd sack of the day for the Eagles. And will lead to 2nd and 20. Excellent job by Orleus there. 3 straight plays, by the way. A tackle in the backfield. 3 plays on this drive, Tackle in the backfield. Almost picked off a pass and then has a sack. That's a solid 4-play run, as a player can have. 1:35 to go in the first half. Eagles lead 23-0. It's 2nd and 20 for West Virginia Wesleyan, back on their side of the field at their own 45. They need the Eagle 35 for a first down. First timeout taken by West Virginia Wesleyan, so they have 2 remaining. Eagles still have all 3 of theirs. It'll be interesting to see if the Eagles can get the ball back, what they may do, but that'll be dependent on how much time is left. Isaiah Peoples is listed as a quarterback. 5'5", 150 is on the field. He's on the left-hand side. Twin receivers stacked on both sides. Snap to Landers, hands off to White, goes up the middle, gets a lot of yards back, gets maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Call the game at 9, actually. 3rd and 11. And a timeout as Joey Poland's hat was taken off. Call it 3rd and 11. No timeout. They were just blowing the play dead. 1:21 to go in the first half. 3rd and 11. Eagles get the ball back to start the second half. Maybe are they doing a replay check? Officials gather. Run of 9 by White, 3rd and 11. He got back to the Eagles side of the field at the 46. Officials talking it over. .123 is what's left. Ball will start on the snap per the official. Pistol formation, trips to the left. Eagles show blitz, and then Orleans ran past the line of scrimmage, so that's an automatic offsides. They said somebody moved and jumped, but nobody moved and jumped, so that 3rd and 11 becomes 3rd and 6. Up 23, I think the Eagles need to be a touch more patient there, but now it's 3rd and 6 from the 41. But at least on that play, the Eagles were coming. Still trips left, single receiver near side right. Pistol formation with White in the backfield for Landers. Ball at the 41. Snap. Landers looks left, looks over the middle, now looks right, now throws up, and it's picked off! Nicely done and taken at the 45-40. He might go! 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Eagles! Oh my! Picked off by Matthew Myrick, the 6', 265-pound defensive lineman, and he returns at 55 yards. And the Eagles take a 29-0 lead, and Myrick almost didn't make it to 55. You don't see a defensive lineman pick a ball off and go to the house 55 yards often, but that's what happened there. As Landers looked left, looked in the middle, tried to throw a wide receiver screen, and Myrick was standing right there, picked it off and ran 55 yards for a touchdown, and the Eagles have a 29-0 lead with a minute 11 to go in the first half. Hawkins for the extra point. Snap is good, spot is good, kick is up, and kick is good. It's 30-0 Eagles. Second turnover of the day for West Virginia Wesleyan. 55-yard interception return. 30-0. Eagles in the first half, and I don't think Coach Schultz could have possibly imagined this start. I don't think the fans could have. I don't think the media could have. I don't think West Virginia Wesleyan coach Dwayne Martin could. I know a lot of the chatter was that this game was circled on their schedule to break that losing streak, and there's still a half of football to go, but the Eagles have done just about everything right. They lead 30-0. They have 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 from Adonis White, 1 from Tyler Famicon, a 33-yard field goal, and a 55-yard interception return for a touchdown from a 260-pound defensive lineman. If you had that in your book, go to Las Vegas quickly and place some money on the Keno or something. Eagles will also get the ball to start the second half. They lead 30-0, but there's still a minute 11 to go in the first half. Back to receive is Montague and Hayward. Hawkins, line drive kick this time, taken by Montague at the 5. Comes up the middle, goes to the left side, tries to avoid a tackle. He gets gang tackled, though, on the back end. Led by Jaden Underwood, the 6'1 junior defensive back from Brooklyn, New York. And a minute 4 to go in the first half. Eagles 30, West Virginia Wesleyan nothing here in the first half. Just remember, this game last year was a back and forth affair really until the fourth quarter. It was 28-21 at the half, Eagles. Then 31-24, then 34-24. The Eagles really didn't pull away until late in the third, early fourth. This year they've come out and they have a 30-0 lead. Ball at the 20-yard line. Landers still out there. Twin receivers right, single receiver left. He has 2 interceptions in this game, does Landers. Snap. Hands the ball off. Up the middle is, I think that's White. taken down after, nope, that's Stevens, excuse me. Taken down at the 25. We'll see how quickly West Virginia Wesleyan wants to move. 44 seconds to go. They get right up to the line of scrimmage, though. Twin receivers left. There's nobody with the receiver on the left side. It's caught. And inbounds, he's still going and brought down. There was no defensive back on the left side of the field. I don't know what West Virginia Wesleyan's plan was on this drive, but Keon Adderley was wide open. 6'2", junior out of Miami, Florida. There was no Eagle defensive back over there. That's really the first mistake the Eagles have made today. It was 2nd and 5. They might have tried to just run the ball and run out the clock, but Adderley was wide open on the far side of the field. No defensive back within 10 yards of him. And quick throw by Landers, and that led to a 35-yard reception to Adderley. Timeout West Virginia Wesleyan with 35 seconds to go. They're on the Eagle 40. Last possession was a turnover, an interception return 55 yards by the defensive lineman Matthew Myrick, out of Deer Park, New York, who barely made it to 55. And nothing better for a team than when your defensive lineman scores a touchdown. He was going to be carried in there by 3 other Eagles who were right with him. If he couldn't make it on his own, they would have just carried him into the end zone. But 55-yard interception return for a touchdown. Trip receivers right, single receiver left, 1st and 10 from the 40. Snap to Landers, looks left, throws high, deep down the sideline. That's going to go over the head and caught. It's intercepted, Oh, it's caught, but it was intercepted by the Eagles. No flags on the field. It's an interception by A.J. Morrison, and the Eagles get the ball again on the 3rd turnover by West Virginia Wesleyan with 28 seconds to go in the first half. Be interesting to see. I think the Eagles probably just take a knee here. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. They lead 30-0. As good of a 30 minutes of football as the Eagles have played in the 4-year history of the program. There's nothing more you can say than that. This is a program that's 2-30 all time. And they have never had a lead like this in any game ever. As good a 30 minutes of Eagle football as you can see. They're going to take a knee. They do, and that will be the half, unless West Virginia Wesleyan wants to call their last timeout. They do not. That's the end of the first half as the last 17 seconds tick down. And this crowd here, very full on the Eagle side of the field, should give them a standing ovation. It's 30-0 at the half. Sort of a delayed reaction. There we go. It's halftime. Eagles lead 30-0 at the half. We'll be back in 3 minutes with our first half show as we go around the post-university sports scene and update you on the top 25. Eagles 30-0. You're listening and watching the post-university football on the CACC network and youtube.com/go post Eagles. Back at halftime here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut, where the Post-University Eagles shockingly have a 30-0 lead over West Virginia Wesleyan. I'm Jeff Nelson, and we thank you for joining us on all of our platforms, the CACC Network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Halftime, we look around the Post-University sports scene. That's brought to you by Post University and its 17 NCAA Division II athletic programs, from its nationally ranked men's soccer team who have made the Sweet 16 3 years in a row, or the brand new women's flag football team slated to start in 2026. Post offers a variety of sports in every season that you can enjoy, whether a student, a parent, or a fan. For more information on Post-University athletics, news, scores, and upcoming schedules for all of your favorite teams, please go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. Eagle fans, ask yourself, is there a better way to start the brand new football season and updating your closet, your drip, your style than with Post-University apparel from the Eagle Team Store? How about your dorm room, home office, apartment, or home? Is it missing that special touch that only an Eagle blanket, Eagle mouse pad, or Eagle desk mat can provide? If you answered yes to either question or any of those questions, it sounds like you need to go race to posteagles.com. Click on the Fans tab, then click on School Store on the left-hand side and shop for all the latest Eagle swag and apparel. For a limited time, use code DEDICATED20 at checkout to receive 20% off any order, no minimum. That's DEDICATED20. Available for a limited time only. You can also visit the campus store in the Lever Student Center on campus. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Around the Post-University sports team, first start with the cross-country team. No other Post-University sports have started yet. They will start this coming week. So the cross-country team will start a week from today at the Trinity Invitational at Wickham Park up in Manchester, Connecticut. That's 11 a.m. for the cross-country team. Nationally ranked men's soccer start at 15 in the nation in Division II in the United Soccer Coaches Bowl. That's up from 16 at the end of last season. Again, they made 3 consecutive NCAA Sweet 16s and continue the upward momentum. They are picked to finish first in the CACC. They kick off their 2025 campaign September 4th against AIC at 4 p.m. as part of the Post-University Kickoff Invitational taking place at Lemoy Field. So definitely get up there for some of that nationally ranked men's soccer, and particularly if you're local. Among all of the Post-University sports teams, they just have the best record overall over the course of the last several years. So get up there. Go see them play AIC on Thursday. A week from today, they'll host Adelphi, also at Lemoy Field. That game a week from today will be at 4 p.m. The game on Thursday will also be at 4 p.m. The weather is great as well, so get up there and enjoy. Women's soccer, they're picked to finish 11th in the CACC poll, and they're under new leadership as well, as head coach Megan Ryan, who took over the program in February, will head into her first season, having brought in 8 new players, 5 freshmen, 3 juniors, as part of the 21-person squad. Ryan came over from the University of Illinois at Chicago, UIC, where she served as assistant coach for 2 seasons before becoming the head coach of the Eagles. Eagles didn't have a great year on the women's side, 2-13 overall, 2-9 in conference. They did defeat Felician and Lincoln universities, but picked to finish 11th in the 12-team CACC. Jefferson picked to finish first, and Caldwell picked to finish second. University of Bridgeport picked to finish third. Their upcoming schedule will be Wednesday against AIC. That's their last exhibition game. Their first regular season game will be a week from tomorrow, September 7th, Sunday at noon at Lemoy Field against St. Michael's College. They'll follow that up with a 4-game road trip to St. A's, Franklin Pierce, Jefferson, and Felician. So get to that first home game, the one on Sunday, September 7th. That'll be their first home game until the end of September, when they'll have some home games in a row. Women's volleyball hopes to return to the CACC Women's Championship, picked 3rd place in the in the CACC North Division preseason coaches poll. Coming off their first championship game appearance since 2018, the women's volleyball team picked to finish 3rd, received 1 first-place vote. Last season they picked 4th and had 1 first-place vote, but did a great job to make it all the way to the championship game. They did not get an NCAA tournament berth out of it, but a good season nonetheless. University of Bridgeport picked to finish first in the North Division. Jefferson University picked to finish first in the South Division. In women's volleyball, their upcoming schedule, they will start the season on Friday at the Fighting Subways of Queens College at 11 a.m., followed by a game against Assumption, also in Flushing, at 1:30 p.m. Then on Saturday, they'll be in Garden City, New York, where they will play Belmont Abbey College, followed by Adelphi, and then return home on Thursday, September 11th, for their home opener against Mercy University at the Drubner Center. 7 o'clock, so make it out for that game. They'll have played 4 games by the time they play their first home game. Mercy University, Thursday, September 11th, 7 p.m., Drubner Center. Friday, September 12th, Franklin Pierce, 6 o'clock at the Drubner Center. Football-wise, you couldn't tell it by today, but the Eagles picked to finish last in the NE10 Conference. They lead 30-0 today. Upcoming look around the NE10 here. St. A's will be traveling to Pace, 5 p.m. start in Pleasantville. Those are the only games this week. Thursday, Assumption will travel to Kutztown, 7 p.m. Pace will travel to East Stroudsburg University, 7:05 p.m. on Thursday. And then a big party next Saturday as Bentley will host Westchester University of Pennsylvania. AIC is at Central Connecticut, who plays UConn today. Assumption will travel. Bentley will then play Bryant, and then the Eagles are off until September 13th. So the Eagles don't play again until 2 weeks from today when they'll host Southern Connecticut State University. That is a non-conference game, even though they're conference opponents. That's the fill-in game because the University of New Haven moved to Division I. We'll come back in 90 seconds with a recap of the first half and a look around the top 25 as we're at halftime here at Municipal Stadium. Eagles 30, West Virginia Wesleyan nothing. We'll be back in 90 seconds. I'm Jeff Nelson. You're listening to Post University Football on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. Halftime here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson. Eagles lead the Bobcats of West Virginia Wesleyan 30-0. Look around the top 25, brought to you by Post University, ranked as one of the top online colleges for 2025 by Newsweek. So ask yourself, are you a Post person? What are you waiting for? Reach out to Post University today to see what they can offer you. Online, hybrid, and on-campus options await. For more information on all Post degree programs, visit campus, take a tour, or apply. Go to post.edu. That's post.edu. Do it today. Look around the top 25. Ohio State, number 3, leads Texas 7-0 late in the third quarter in a looks like a tight game there at the Shoe at Columbus. 7-0 Ohio State late in the third quarter. Number 24, Tennessee leads Syracuse 31-14, start of the third quarter in Atlanta. Elsewhere in the top 25 today, which has not kicked off yet, number 20, Indiana will host Old Dominion at 2:30. Number 2, Penn State will host Nevada at 3:30. Number 5, Georgia hosts Marshall at 3:30. Number 9, Alabama travels to Florida State. That's at 3:30. Number 22, Iowa State hosts the University of South Dakota at 3:30. Number 7, Oregon hosts defending one of the best programs in FCS, Montana State, at 4 o'clock. Number 18, Oklahoma hosts Illinois State at 6. Number 15, Florida taking on LIU at 7 o'clock. That's going to be a tough game for LIU. Number 17, Kansas hosts North Dakota at 7. Number 19, Texas A&M hosts Texas San Antonio at 7. Number 4, Clemson hosts LSU, number 9, in a battle of Death Valleys at 7:30. Number 14, Michigan hosts New Mexico at 7:30. Number 23, Texas Tech hosts Arkansas Pine Bluff at 7:30. Number 20, Ole Miss hosts Georgia State at 7:45. Number 16, SMU hosts East Texas A&M at 9. And number 11, Arizona State hosts the Lumberjacks of Northern Arizona at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, number 13, South Carolina hosts Virginia Tech at 3. And number 10, Miami hosts number 6, Notre Dame at 7:30. That's the top 25. Other scores amongst Division I today. Mississippi State leads Southern Miss 26-10. Maryland leads Florida Atlantic 36-7 in the third. Ball State being shut out by Purdue late in the fourth, 31-0. Tulane all over Northwestern, some people's trendy pick today, 23-3 late in the third. Pittsburgh over their intra-city rival Duquesne, 41-6. Navy 38, VMI 7 late in the third. In Annapolis, Kent State 14, Merrimack 6 into the third quarter. Halftime in Lexington, Kentucky leads Toledo 10-2. Boston College first quarter 14-3 over Fordham. In a game that my daughter is at as a student at the University of West Virginia, they lead Robert Morris 7-0 early in the first quarter. And UConn and Central Connecticut tied at 7 early in the first quarter up in East Hartford. As that game's 7-7 right now up in East Hartford. That's your look around the top 25 and Division I scores. We'll come back in 2 minutes with the start of the second half. You're listening and watching the Post University football on the CACC network and youtube.com/Go Post Eagles. Start of the second half here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson. Thank you for joining us this afternoon on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/Go Post Eagles. Eagles lead 30-0. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Don't forget to join us in 2 weeks here on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/Go Post Eagles, or here live at the Municipal Stadium. Take that phone with you, turn us on so you can listen to us in the stands, where the Eagles will host Southern Connecticut State University. 1 p.m. kickoff 2 weeks from today. Eagles played as good a 30 minutes of football as you possibly could play. They lead 30-0, and I'll tell you the only thing wrong is that we have no updated stats. It's the only thing wrong in the entire stadium right now if you're an Eagle fan, is that I don't have the updated stats because there's an issue with the stats. Everything else is awesome, but I can tell you how they scored. Adonis White, a 1-yard run on a 55-yard drive, made it 6-0. Extra point was missed. Tyler Famicon, an 11-yard run on a 35-yard drive, made it 13-0. Thomas White had an 8-yard run in the second quarter to make it 20-0 on a 30-yard drive. Nathan Hawkins, a 33-yard field goal, made it 23-0. And then Matthew Myrick, I don't know why I want to keep calling him Mason. Matthew Myrick, the freshman defensive lineman from Deer Park, New York, 6 foot 265, picked off a pass and rumbled 55 yards into the end zone for a defensive touchdown. That gave the Eagles a 30-0 lead. They have forced 3 interceptions from West Virginia Wesleyan quarterback Logan Landers, and just an overall solid half of football. This is technically the largest lead in program history at 30 points. Previous to this, it was 17 against the same West Virginia Wesleyan program last year. Eagles will go right to left as you look at your dial. Bobcats will go left to right. They're kicking with their wind at their backs. And it looks like there's a new kicker in for West Virginia Wesleyan. A line drive kick taken by Geraldo at the 5. So a new kicker for West Virginia Wesleyan. Takes it at the 5, gets to the 15, and he fumbles the ball, but I think he got back on top of it. West Virginia Wesleyan is pointing that they got it. I think Geraldo did get back on top of it, and he did. That would have been a disastrous way to start the second half with all the momentum the Eagles had. We're not sure who the kicker is because they have 2 number 17s listed. It was either Robert Meltzer, who's listed as a tight end, or Elias Jeffries. It is Meltzer. Robert Meltzer, 6'5" tight end from Ravenna, Ohio, had the kickoff line drive. Geraldo, who fumbled, he's also had 2 drops in this game, did manage to get back on top of it. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Eagles going right to left. Taylor, the quarterback, with White in the pistol. Hands to White after a high snap. White will get out to the 28 to a gain of 3. Opening drive of the second half. Eagles lead 30-0. Gain of 3. Going with the wind in their face to start the third quarter. Pistol formation. White behind Taylor. Snap to Taylor. Fakes the handoff. Throws. That slipped off his hand because that was a wobbly, out-of-the-way pass. He was looking for DJ Lisbon, who had 1 reception in the first half. And now 3rd down. In comes Malachi Dudley to flank Taylor on the other side in the shotgun. 3rd and 7. Eagles did a great job in the first half converting these. Running backs to either side of Taylor. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Snap to Taylor, fakes the handoff. Blocker missed, throws it over the middle. Taylor got crushed as either White or Dudley missed the blitzer, who was Riley Slaughter, 6'2", 220 senior out of Roswell, Georgia. They just missed him, gave Taylor no time to throw, and he got crushed but got the ball off beforehand. So West Virginia Wesleyan starts the third quarter the way they wanted to. 3 and out on the Eagles' opening drive. And now Hall, whose 41-yard punt was his only punt in the first half. Back to receive is Montague, standing on his own 30. Snap is good. Up in the air. Kick is solid. Punt will bounce at the 35, roll to the 30. Good punt there. down at the 28-yard line, so they exchanged 28, so on the Eagle 28 to the Bobcat 28, a 44-yard punt for Hall. So back-to-back punts over the 40-yard line, over 40 yards, excuse me. And the Bobcats will start 1st and 10 from their own 28. They trail 30-0. Momentum is as big as the next play, so, I mean, listen, if the Eagles can score 30, West Virginia Wesleyan doesn't think they're out of it. So the Eagles have to keep up. And here's Quentin Pulley. Now Pulley's in the game. He was slated to start, didn't start. They let Landers start, and Landers threw 3 interceptions. Handoff to Stevens. He's taken down after a run of close to 4. Got to the 32. So West Virginia Wesleyan has gone to Quentin Pulley, who in 2024 was 66 for 130 passes, 704 yards, 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Pulley takes the shotgun snap. In the backfield, though, quickly was Amir Johnson, and he brought Stevens down. Almost didn't even get the ball. Lost 3 yards, and now it's 3rd and 9. Excellent job there. As Stevens couldn't even get the ball, so Quentin Pulley in the game again. We expected him to start, the 6'1 junior out of Forest Park High School in Virginia. 3rd and 9, twin receivers left, single receiver to the right. Running back moves to the shotgun to his left. Pulley back to pass, looks left, looks up the middle, has some room, tries to get to the first down. He runs, avoids the tackle. He's going to get the first down and more. He gets to midfield and is taken out by Michael Gabetti. But Pulley had nobody on the right-hand side as the Eagles played man-to-man. And there was miles of space. One chance was A.J. Morrison, but Pulley made a nice move around Morrison and got a first down for the Bobcats at midfield. 1st and 10 as the Bobcats are moving. 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Now one receiver moves, gives the jet sweep, comes around, got nothing though as that jet sweep took way too long to set up. Jordan Hayward took the ball, got back to the line of scrimmage, but that was a lot of running for no yards by Jordan Hayward. He probably ran 35 yards and gained 0. That play took a long time to develop, and a good tackle in the backfield by Crawford. 2nd and 10. Twins left, single right, pistol formation behind Quentin Pulley. Now into a shotgun. Gives the ball to Stevens, who tries to go off left tackle. He's got a bit of a hole, might gain a yard or 2. He's still up, though. He keeps going and gains 15. Thought he was going to get brought down at the 44, but he just kept going, and an Eagle player is down on the far side. Struggling to get up, it's Giovanni Flacavento, who got up and now back down on his knees. And there's actually another Eagle player down on the far sideline at the 30. That might be cramping, though, just the way he's sitting. Eagles lost Rashawn McNeil in the first half to an injury. He has not returned. For everything that's gone well today, Eagles only have 65 active players on the roster, so losing 1 already and now 2 on the ground is not, although a good sign to see Aquan Crawford up and walking off on his own power. Hopefully just cramping on the far side for Flacavento. And Flacavento able to get up under his own power. Good news is both Eagle players able to walk off on their own. But first down on the 15-yard run by Stevens, his best of the day. Twin receivers left, single receiver near side, far away from the formation. And pistol formation with Stevens in the backfield. Or is that White? It's White. White moves up to the shotgun left to Pulley. Snap to Pulley, who looks left. Still looks left, throws it deep down the left sideline. This is out of bounds. Good defense by the Eagles. There was nobody really available to catch it. the Eagles were there. If that ball was in bounds, it would have been an interception. Good defense there by the defensive backs. Looks like Daniel Vargas was one of those players back there. 6 foot 190 out of Union City, New Jersey. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Trips to the left this time. Bad snap. Gives the handoff up the middle, and White gets a first down and more as he's down to the 20-yard line. And for the first time today, West Virginia Wesleyan is in the red zone. And another Eagle down at the 20-yard line. As the Eagle on his back. For the first time today, West Virginia Wesleyan has gotten to the red zone, where last year, offensively, they were 21 of 27, 77.8%, 84th in the nation. They scored 14 touchdowns and 7 field goals in the red zone. The Eagle defense was 148th in the nation. They allowed scores on 48 of 54 possessions, 88.9%. Don't know which Eagle is down. Oh, looks like it was A.J. Morrison. He manages to get up. Maybe he was having a bit of a cramping issue, but he's managed to get up and walk off on his own power, bouncing along the way as he does it. Updated scores in the top 25. Number 3, Ohio State leads Texas 14-0 now in the fourth quarter. And number 24, Tennessee leads Syracuse 38-14. That's early in the third. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Mason White in the backfield. Trip receivers to the left, stacked. Single receiver wide side right. White in the pistol. Pulley the quarterback. Hands off, fakes the handoff, and throws it to the far side. Caught. He's at the 5, and brought down is Tadarius Strobridge. I think he got the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal. Well, let's see the official mark. It is 1st and goal at the 10. And one of the offensive linemen for West Virginia Wesleyan is down. As Jezaniah Worley, 6'2", 275 out of Pensacola, Florida, fell to one knee with 10:42 to go in the third quarter. Best drive by far for West Virginia Wesleyan as they stopped the Eagles on a 3-and-out. Quentin Pulley came into the game at quarterback, again, who we expected to start. No word as to why he did not start, but Logan Landers did start through 3 interceptions, got the Bobcats nowhere close to the end zone. And they trailed 30-0 at halftime, but driving here early in the third quarter, looking to get on the board. And again, momentum is as big as the next play. So Eagles can put up 30, somebody else can put up 30, and you know it can happen. So Eagles want to be careful here, want to not allow West Virginia Wesleyan into the end zone and turn the momentum back. Eagles going against the wind. West Virginia Wesleyan going left to right on the Eagle 10-yard line. 1st and goal. Mason White in the pistol behind Pulley. Trips receivers to the right. Single receiver left. Snap. Handoff to White. Goes up the middle. Gains maybe 3 before he's brought down by Michael Gabetti, among others. Jazeer Orleus in there as well. 2nd and call it 7. 2nd and goal from the 7. Ten minutes to go in the third quarter. 30-0 Eagles. Twin receivers to the right. Now Montague's out there in the Wildcat formation with White to his left. Bobcats were successful in this. Now Montague goes to the left, finds a hole, gets around the corner, walks in for an easy touchdown. Bobcats very successful on this Wildcat, and Kevin Montague, 6'3", 180 out of Baltimore, Maryland. Easy off tackle in the Wildcat. Nobody touched him, and with 9:42 to go in the third quarter, West Virginia Wesleyan on the board, 30-6. Looks like Joseph Triplett. So something must have happened to the West Virginia Wesleyan kicker, as Joseph Triplett is the kicker. He's the wide receiver. Holder is Pulley. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it's good. Not sure West Virginia Wesleyan is going to be able to try many field goals, but that kick is good. (30-7) now. Look at that. We got the stats as well right before that, the first half stats, mind you. We do have the first half stats, so even though we're 5 minutes in, let's give you some of that. 30-7. Tyler Fumicon, 1 of 1 for 10 yards. Malachi Taylor, 3 of 8 for 57 yards. Adonis White, 18 carries, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Famicon, 4 for 27 for 1 touchdown. Israel Geraldo, 1 for 10 for 10 yards. And Malachi Taylor, 1 for 2 for 2 yards. Receiving, 4 receivers have 1 because there have only been 4 completions. DJ Lisbon, 1 for 39. Jaquan Brummel, 1 for 10. Israel Geraldo, 1 for 9. Miles Ward, 1 for 9. Michael Gabetti again leading the way. 7 total tackles. That's going into the third quarter. He led the nation with 13.6 per game. Logan Landers, 7 for 17, 3 interceptions in the first half. Ryan Stevens, 48 yards on the ground. Mason White, 39. Kevin Montague, 32. All on the ground. Jordan Hayward, the leading receiver, with 42. Kick is up and dropped and then picked up. That's twice now. Here's Geraldo. 20, 25. Tries to get to the 30. Stays about 35. And then he's tackled at the 38 aggressively by Robert Meltzer. Or excuse me, Elias Jeffries. 217. So not sure. That actually looks more like Robert Melzer. Just based on the size difference. But there are 2 number 17s listed. The other one's a safety. So sloppy first 5 minutes for the Eagles after a great 30. Fumble on the opening kickoff that they got back, 3 and out, and then allowed West Virginia Wesleyan to score. So it's 30-7. Eagles now trying to turn it around. 1st and 10. Fumicon gives to Dudley, who finds a hole, gets 2, maybe 3 yards. Malachi Dudley, 5'10", 190, out of Irvington, New Jersey. Gains 2, maybe 3. Ball's at the 42, so call it 3. 2nd and 7 on Dudley's first run of the season. Tyler Fumicon in at quarterback. Twin receivers left, single receiver right. White back in the game as running back. Snap, high, but caught by Fumicon. Looking over the middle, now scrambling away to the right. Still scrambling, goes across the line of scrimmage, tries to gain some yards. He does. He might be 2 yards short of the first down. See where they officially mark him because it was on the far side of the field. They say he got to the 45, so it'll make it 3rd and 4. Fumicon out, Malachi Taylor in on 3rd and 4. Eagles need the 49. And I know with a 30-7 lead, it seems silly, but you need to keep the drive going. You don't want to give West Virginia Wesleyan momentum here. Taylor now holds, throws deep high for DJ Lisbon. And the Eagles will be forced to punt again. So 2 quick 3 and outs for the Eagles to start the third quarter. West Virginia Wesleyan gets a touchdown. And as I said, the momentum is just as big as the next play. Taylor came in for Fumicon, overthrew Lisbon. And now Hayden Hall has had 2 punts of 44 and 41 yards. Will punt. And Kevin Montague scored the touchdown on the Wildcat play back at his own 15. Snap is good. Here's Hall, gets the kickoff. Another good kick by Hall, but returnable at the 15 by Montague. Gets to the 15, makes a move at the 20, 25, 30. See if there's a flag. There is no flag. Thought there might be for blocking in the back. So good return by Montague. Got maybe 20. See where they officially mark him. Might be the 38, so 23-yard return. Off the 40-yard punt by Hall. So 3 punts, three punts of 44, 41, and 40 for Hall. Eagle offense, the defense, who was just out there for a long period, out there again. 8:13 to go in the third quarter, 30-7 Eagles. Pulley back out there at quarterback. Has Stevens to his left. Snap. Gives to Stevens, tries to come off right tackle. A big block. There's a penalty there. A big block thrown by Jordan Hayward, but that's going to be a penalty, as he didn't need to hit him like that. And even though the run was maybe 3 yards, Michael Gabetti down also on the sideline, cramping. Crackback? Crackback blindside block on Hayward. That's a 15-yard penalty, and that'll push West Virginia Wesleyan back. And there, again, momentum is as big as the next play. A gain of several yards by West Virginia Wesleyan, taken off the board by a 15-yard blindside crackback block. And he didn't need to make that hit. He wanted to make that hit. All he had to do was stand in the way of Miles Snead. Instead, he went and had to blast him, and that cost him 15 yards. So instead of 2nd and 6, it's now 1st and 25, all the way back at the 24-yard line. So 1st and 25. Ball officially marked at the 23. They need to get to the 48. Both teams over on their sidelines as they deal with the injury. Only other NE10 game today, St. A's travels to Pace. That's a 5 o'clock start down in Pleasantville, New York. St. A's and Pace, 2 games Thursday. Assumption at Kutztown, 7 p.m. out in Pennsylvania. It's just out that way. And Pace at East Stroudsburg University, 7:05 on Thursday. Midway through the 4th quarter, number 3 Ohio State still leads Texas 14-0. Midway through the 3rd quarter, Tennessee 38, Syracuse 20. Old Dominion up 7-0 on number 20 Indiana early in the first half. Gabetti still on the field. Looks like cramp. You never want to guess, but looks like some cramping issues as they're working on his legs. UConn leads Central Connecticut 14-7 as Gabetti able to get up. That's at the start of the 2nd quarter. West Virginia leads Robert Morris 10-0. Boston College leads Fordham 14-3. Kentucky leads Toledo 10-2. Kent State and Merrimack tied at 14. Pittsburgh leads Duquesne 48-9, and Tulane up 23-3 on Northwestern. Pulley back out there, looks, fakes the throw, fakes it again, throws it up the middle, and good defense there by A.J. Morrison. He pumped it, then tried to hit the slant in the middle of the field, and good defense by A.J. Morrison, the safety out of Queens, New York. There is a flag, though. Where is the flag? I didn't see it. It's in the middle of the field, so let's see what the call is here. It's not in the defensive backfield. It's right at the line of scrimmage, so let's see. See if it looks like it's against West Virginia Wesleyan. But let's see. Oh, that's a big call against the Eagles. So from 1st to 25 to an automatic first down is a legal hands to the face called on the Eagles. They said 23, so that if it's 23, it's Zachariah Roundtree. 6'1" safety out of Waterbury. So started at the 38, got pushed back 15 yards, now right back to where we started. So we're actually right back to where we started. It was 1st and 10 and 1st and 25. Now it's 1st and 10 again. So technically right back to where we started. Twin receivers on either side stacked. Pistol with Stevens in the backfield. Hand fakes to Stevens, throws it over to the right side. It's caught, and enough for the first down and more is Jordan Hayward on the quick wide receiver screen. He gains 17 as West Virginia Wesleyan is moving faster. Same formation, twins and twins with the pistol. Snap the pulley. And there's a flag for a false start. I think that's going to be on 81, but let's see. Well, 81, Keon Adderley was the one closest who was not set, so a 5-yard penalty. $7:50 to go in the third quarter. 30-7 Eagles. West Virginia Wesleyan driving again. Twin receivers right, twin receivers left. Shotgun formation for Pulley. Fakes it, throws it. Same wide receiver screen. Caught again by Hayward. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Call it 5. 2nd and 10. You have to wonder if Pulley was maybe suspended for the first half or something, because there was no explanation as to why he didn't play in the first half or start. And now he's come out here and he's moving him now on the second drive. Trips to the right, single receiver left as the crowd shouts defense on 2nd and 10. Stevens in the backfield in the pistol. Snap. He's going to get sacked from behind. Still up, now sacked. And a hit from behind as Omar Tillman. And now frustration from both teams as they're fighting at midfield. This all started as Omar Tillman sacks Pulley. Did not throw him to the ground. Whistle blew. Then he got hit from behind. And then all heck broke loose. Now the coach is out there trying to get players out. Flags flying. Assuredly, there might be some ejections here. But a sack of Pulley is how this all started. Tillman, the freshman out of Jersey City, lifted up Pulley like he was going to slam him to the ground, Brock Lesnar style, but thought better of it, didn't do it, just stopped and put him back down. The West Virginia Wesleyan Bobcat players did not like that, hit him from behind, Tillman, and then that started the melee. Several other flags were thrown on the field. It starts with the first hit from behind. I think it was Jordan Hayward who hit Tillman after the sack. You'd almost like to think this is all offsetting, but there might be some ejections. Crowd firmly behind their Eagles now as they chant the defense, got a sack. And then see where this goes from here. So for the Eagles, their 4th sack of the game. This is a team that struggled with sacks all of last season. That's how it all started. Coach Schultz midway out on the field by the hash marks. All of the officials right in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line talking this one over. The initial penalty was on West Virginia Wesleyan, and then the melee started. So, again, I don't know if any punches were thrown. There were some tackles, for sure. Some players went to the ground. Crowd very excited, shouting Eagles, but let's see what the final tally is here on the melee. I have a feeling at least one player on each side might get ejected. Let's see what the official call here is. Again, this all started on 2nd and 10 at the 41. A big sack by freshman linebacker Omar Tillman. He tackled Pulley. The referee did not blow his whistle, so Pulley kept going. Tillman grabbed him from behind like he was going to suplex him, lifted him up in the air as the whistle blew, did not throw him to the ground, just sort of placed him back down, did the right thing. No flag, and then one of the West Virginia Wesleyan players took offense, hit Pulley from behind, Tillman from behind, excuse me. And then that sort of started everything. Coach Schultz talking to some officials. Coach Martin talking to other officials. And let's see where we are. Still waiting for the officials to get back to us with the official call of who's getting what. Let's see. Here we go. So offsetting penalties, which is kind of what we thought. Braden McLaughlin for the Eagles, 5'10" defensive back out of Lakeview, New York, has been ejected for a flagrant personal foul. And 52, Devon Malone, 6'2", 270 junior from Columbus, Ohio, has been ejected for West Virginia Wesleyan. So 2 ejections. All started on the sack, and it was a loss of 13 on the sack. So it's 3rd and 23 after all of that. Offsetting ejections to McLaughlin and Malone. 3rd and 23. They need the 31-yard line of 3rd and 22, excuse me. They need the 31-yard line of the Eagles. Single receiver left, twins to the right. They did lose an offensive lineman, did West Virginia. Pulley fakes the handoff, looks over the middle. He's got a receiver down the middle, but overthrew him. He had him. As Keon Adderley was open, he had a seam for him. Just overthrew it, led him too much. If he could have thrown it right on him, he might have been a touchdown. So the Eagles defense gets off the field after a bit of a brawl. A sack, a crackback block, a hands to the face. This was an entertaining drive in regards to penalties. It's been a relatively penalty-free game, by the way, until this last drive, where both teams have racked up 60 yards. .6:01 to go in the third quarter. Back to receive is Geraldo. It's Johnston on the punt. Gets a good punt this time because of the wind. Gets a good bounce. It's going to roll inside it was heading towards the 10. It took a veer and stopped at the 12. So Johnston's best punt of the game. Got 44 yards on that punt, mostly bouncing and wind aided. That ball bounced at the 25, and he got 12 yards of roll, 13 yards of roll. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 12. Malachi Taylor out there at quarterback. He'll start with trips to the right, White in the backfield, single receiver near side left. Eagles lead 30-7 in what has been a highly entertaining game for the Eagles and a highly entertaining quarter because of the brawl. Taylor fakes the handoff, throws it over, caught by Geraldo. Gets to the 15-20, gets out to the 25, might have enough for a first down. For Geraldo, his second reception, he'll give him the first down at the 23. First down, Eagles, on an 11-yard reception by Israel Geraldo, his second catch of the game. Trips to the left this time, near side, single receiver right. Snap, but there's going to be a false start against the Eagles. As they're going to call it on a wide receiver, so Jaheim Chambers gets called for the false start, and the Eagles will move back 5 yards. 1st and 15. With 5 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. Same formation. White in the shotgun more so than the pistol. Snap to Taylor. Looks over the middle, now looks left, throws left, short. Got deflected. No call from the officials. They're going to say potential fumble. And we might have our first view of replay here. Let's see. Ball went forward. Let's see what the officials call. Officials all talking to each other. West Virginia Wesleyan thinks they have the ball. Ball came out of Taylor's hand awkwardly, but did go forward. And this might be our first look at replay if either way, because West Virginia Wesleyan thinks they have the ball, and Coach Schultz is going to throw the flag if they give it to West Virginia Wesleyan. Let's see. Eagle offense still on the field. Coach Schultz has the flag in his hand. Let's see. So they're calling a fumble, and Coach Schultz is now utilizing the use of instant replay for the first time. Now, the question I'm going to ask to my friends here in the media center is, do we have to look at the replay? And everybody's staring at me like the answer is no, we don't. So, I thought it was a throw, and even if it hit his hand, the ball was going forward, so it would make you think it is a forward pass, not a fumble. However, the officials now, if you look to our left-hand side behind the goalpost, you'll see a tent, because we're very technologically sound here. And in that tent is an iPad. And in that iPad is the replay of what just happened on that play. Some of you at home have the ability to do this live while watching, to go back to 10 seconds to see if you threw the ball, and it's a fumble or an incompletion. But the officials are underneath a tent, a party tent that you would use to tailgate in the parking lot, to look at an iPad to see an instant replay, because instant replay is required now, to see what happened on that play. There's no video board here at the stadium, so we can't see it either. So it's play along with the officials to see what happened, because none of us actually know. While we're waiting, Eagle fans, as we wait for this instant replay, ask yourself, is there a better way to start the brand new football season and updating your closet, your drip, your style than with post-university apparel from the Eagle Team store? How about your dorm room, home office, apartment, or home? Is it missing that special touch that only an Eagle blanket, Eagle mousepad, or Eagle desk mat can provide? If the answer to any of this is yes, it sounds like you need to race to posteagles.com, click on the fans tab, then choose school store on the left-hand side and shop for all the latest Eagle swag and apparel. For a limited time, use the code DEDICATED20 at checkout to receive 20% off any order, no minimum. That's DEDICATED, DEDICATED20. Available for a limited time only. You can also visit the campus store in the Lever Student Center on campus. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. As we still await the replay, the Eagle offense has refused to leave the field. West Virginia Wesleyan's team is all on the sideline, while we await the officials to look at the iPad underneath the tailgate tent behind the goalpost on the left-hand side of the field. Update around the top 25, Ohio State still leading Texas 14-0 late in the fourth quarter in Columbus. Tennessee 38, Syracuse 20 late in the third quarter. Here come the officials out from behind the tailgate tent, back onto the field. They're going to uphold the fumble call, so a gigantic turnover, the first of the day for the Eagles, who were +3 going into that moment. That gives West Virginia Wesleyan the ball 1st and 10 at the 21 for Taylor, who had 9 fumbles last season, most of them carrying the football, but this time fumbled on as a thrower of the ball. Turns the ball over with 4:55 to go in the third quarter. Eagles lead 30-7. Pulley back out there. They're going to run twin receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Montague is the running back behind Pulley in the pistol. Game's gotten a little chippy, as West Virginia Wesleyan has the nation's longest losing streak and was down 30-0 at the half. Have the ball, trailing 30-7. Handoff to Montague. Goes off left tackle. Doesn't get far before he's brought down. Maybe a gain of 3. Call it 4. Amir Johnson, A.J. Morrison in on the tackles. Give Kevin White some credit on that as well. Second and call it 6. Snap. Handoff to Montague again. Goes off left tackle again. This time gets stopped at the 14. 3rd and 2.5. Given the score, this is almost assuredly 4-down territory for West Virginia Wesleyan. So 3rd and 2. 2.5. Pistol formation. Now White moves in to make it a shotgun. Let's see who moved first. They're going to call offsides on the defense. That's going to be an automatic first down. So for as good as the first 30 minutes have gone, the last 12 have not exactly been everything the Eagles have wanted. Turnover, penalties, sort of shot themselves in the foot a little bit here in the third quarter. You built a 30-0 lead, but are now watching West Virginia Wesleyan try to get within 2 scores. If they can get a touchdown and an extra point, they'll be within 16. So it'll be first and goal from the 10, just past the 10. Twin receivers left, single receiver right. Tight end moves to the left. White, the running back, behind Pulley in the pistol. Now he moves to the shotgun left. Snap. Handoff. Fake the handoff to White. Throws over that side again. Hayward trying to get around the defenders. He does, but then gets stopped at the 5. Call it 6. They've run that play 3 times now in a row from the throw perspective, and Hayward stopped at the 6. So second and goal from the 6. Single receiver right, single receiver left. Pistol formation right now with White behind Pulley. He moves his other 2 receivers in the formation to the left. Makes you think off tackle to the left. Snap. Gives to White, who goes off tackle to the right. Gets a big hit, stays on his feet, but then gang tackled by several Eagles, led by Jaden Underwood. Third and goal from the 4. 2 minutes and change to go in the third quarter. Again, 4-down territory given the score here for West Virginia Wesleyan. Single receivers on either side. White next to Pulley in the shotgun. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Pulley goes off tackle toward the end zone. He is short. Thought he had the hole. Almost got there. It's now 4th and goal from the 1. By the way, Eagles lose the challenge. They lose their timeout as well, so now they only have 2 in the game. 4th and goal. They bring out Montague for the Wildcat. I'm not sure why you don't bring Stevens out there, 6'2", 240, and let him just barrel ahead for 1 yard. Mason White, 6 foot 225, is the running back out there, though Montague has the touchdown and has been very successful on the Wildcat. You'd like to think it's something simple from West Virginia Wesleyan, but looks like they're going to call timeout, and they do. West Virginia Wesleyan, as Coach Martin was running down the far sideline trying to get the officials' attention, gets the timeout call, I believe, unless there was a flag beforehand. Officials are going to get together. And the flag here will be gigantic given it's 4th and goal from the 1. Coach Martin was trying to call that timeout, so 4th and goal from the 1. West Virginia Wesleyan uses its first timeout. .129 to go in the third quarter. 30-7 Eagles. They scored 30 points in the first half, and Eagles have not scored in the third quarter. West Virginia Wesleyan has done a much better job defensively here in the third quarter. Texas finally on the board late in the fourth quarter in Columbus, 14-7 Ohio State with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Syracuse driving, trailing 38-20 to Tennessee. Mississippi State 34, Maryland, Southern Miss, 10. Kent State 21, Merrimack 17 late in the fourth quarter. Kentucky ended the third quarter, still leads 10-2 in a barn burner in Lexington. And driving is Robert Morris, trailing 10-0 late in the second quarter at West Virginia. UConn 28, Central Connecticut 7. 4th and goal, Pulley back out there. Originally it was Montague, now it's Pulley. Back at quarterback, he's got White behind him in the pistol. This is big boy football right here. Let's see who can make the stop, because it's almost assuredly a run. Snap, handoff, tries to go through the pile. He's not going to get there, although he somehow gang tackled his way in. He leaned forward. He wasn't going to get there on the initial hit, and then White sort of slid his way in, used that 220-pound frame to wedge his way into the end zone. And West Virginia Wesleyan has got another touchdown. It's 30-13. Now out comes Johnston to kick this extra point. Last kick was the tight end. Now the punter, Johnston. We don't know what happened to the kicker, who's listed as Alexander DeHart. But Johnston listed as the backup kicker. He didn't even kick the previous extra point. So big extra point. It's the difference between 2 possessions and 3. Snap is okay. Ball is up. Kick is good. And that'll get it to within 2 possessions. It's 30-14. With just over a minute to go in the third quarter. So all the momentum the Eagles had through halftime was interchanged really on that first possession of the third quarter. Eagles had the ball up 30-0, got nothing out of it. West Virginia Wesleyan came onto the field, drove down, made it 30-7, and since then it's really been all West Virginia Wesleyan. As the Eagles have their lone turnover in the third quarter, that turnover set up that 21-yard drive on the touchdown by Mason White. So the only good thing about building a 30-0 lead is you have some gap, but now it's a 2-possession game. Eagles will get the ball back, and if they can get through the next sort of 90 seconds, they'll have the ball with the wind at their back, which will be helpful for kicking purposes. But out comes the tight end, Robert Melzer. He's going to kick the ball off. His last kickoff was a line drive that hopped at the 30, got bounced around. It's one of those dangerous kicks when you do it that way. I don't think West Virginia Wesleyan is going to go onside here. But with the way he kind of kicks it, Eagles want to be real careful, make sure they have possession. Ball falls down as the wind picked up a little bit. Wind's been blowing left to right as you look at your screen. Temperature-wise, perfect weather, 72 degrees. White puffy clouds that have been moving all day. Kickoff right in the middle of the field. Ball is kicked. Good kick. Line drive kick. Caught at the 10. 15, 20, 25, 30. Tries to get around the far side. He does 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. If he gets around one guy, he's gone, but he gets brought out of bounds on the Bobcat side of the field. One thing about a tight end kicking line drives like that, it gives you no time to set up your special teams defense, your kickoff defense. And Geraldo had the ball at the 5-yard line before any of the West Virginia Wesleyan players had crossed midfield, which gave him a ton of time, a ton of space, with a ton of speed. And a 50-yard return to the 46-yard line, so call it 49 officially, of the Bobcats. Fumakan in as quarterback, White in the pistol. Snap. Fumakan keeps it, has some room, tries to go off left tackle. He'll get to the 45, tries to get to the 42, and he does. Maybe a gain of 4 for Tyler Fumakan. Under a minute to go in the third quarter, 30-14. Eagles. Eagles, who are moving very quickly in the first half, have slowed it down. That might partially be because of the wind. Twin receivers to the right, single receiver left. Fumakan has White behind him in the pistol. Snap, Fumakan gives to White. White goes up the middle, looks for a hole, wedges his way through a hole, gets to the 40. And then he's gang tackled, led by 45, Keemon Jefferson. Gained maybe 2, got to the 40. Eagles probably wise to let the quarter run out, get the wind at their back. Let's see if that's what they do, and it's going to be what they do. End of 3 here in Waterbury. 30-14 Eagles on the CACC Network and YouTube.com. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the start of the fourth quarter. You're listening and watching the Post University football on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. Start of the fourth quarter here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson. Eagles lead the Bobcats 30-14. The fourth quarter brought to you by Post University, who wants you to ask yourself, are you a Post person? Post makes it personal with fast, flexible, and affordable programs that are designed to help you achieve your goals no matter where you are on your academic journey. Post offers online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For more information on all Post degree programs, visit campus, take a tour, or apply. Go to post.edu. That's post.edu. 3rd and 4. From the Bobcat 40, twins to the right, twins to the left. Snap is back. Fumacon, throws it down the left sideline. Too far for DJ Lisbon. And now it's 4th and 4. And what does Coach Schultz do here? Part of it is I don't think you want to give them the ball back. I think you want to go. You can kick it, pin them back, make them work. But it looks like the Eagles are going to go on 4th and 4. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. If you had the ESPN analytics, I'm not sure what it would tell you, but I'm not against going for it here on 4th and 4. Fumacon takes the snap, has a clean pocket, looks to step up, and he gets away. He's going to get the first down and more. He's at the 25 and goes out of bounds. Great job by Fumacon. Stepped up in the pocket, found a hole, veered to the left on the far side, got the 4 yards and 20 more. And the Eagles are, see where they officially marked him out of bounds. Officially marked him out of bounds at the 21. So 1st and 10. Eagles not in the red zone yet at the 21-yard line, and a huge play by the Eagles, who are now 2 for 2 on 4th down in the game. Fumacon. High snap. Fakes it to White. He goes off left tackle again. Has space. Has some room. Might have gotten another first down. Yard short. Gain of 9 for Fumacon. And it's almost like a switch flipped when the Eagles got the wind at their back. Now they're moving with that pace they were moving with in the first half. Snap to Fumacon. Fakes the handoff. Has room on the left side. Trying to get a block. He gets one from Bromell at the 10. Gets down to the 8. And the Eagles are in 1st and goal status now as they're in the red zone for the 5th time today. Eagles 3 touchdowns, 1 field goal in their previous 4 red zone drives. Fumacon, 4-yard run. 1st and goal from the 8. Eagles lead 30-14. Touchdown here would be huge for the Eagles and would stop the momentum of the Bobcats. Fumacon all alone, fakes the jet sweep, gives the jet sweep actually. It's Geraldo, has nobody touch him, he's in. Touchdown, Eagles, as Geraldo on the 8-yard jet sweep. Nobody touches him as he goes into the near side of the end zone, into the nest. For the first time today is Geraldo, and the Eagles take a 36-14 lead with 13 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Hawkins, who is 4 for 5 today. 3 for 4 today on extra points. Fumacon, the holder. Bradley Schwartz, the snapper. Snap is good. Spot is good. Kick is up. Kick looks good, and it is. 37-14 for the Eagles. On Geraldo. Eight-yard run. And again, huge momentum swing there. 4th and 4, that's the play of the game right there for the Eagles so far. 4th and 4 from the 45. Tyler Fumakan ran for 24 yards. Set up that touchdown. Eagles now 5 for 5 in the red zone. 4 touchdowns and a field goal today. Lead 37-14. And this game might have gotten very interesting had they not converted the 4th down and gave West Virginia Wesleyan the ball back. But now Hawkins will kick off with the wind at his back, far side. Back to receive is Montague and Hayward, both standing on their own 5. Hawkins has 1 touchback today. Approaches the ball. Good kick, but it's going to be a little short. Caught by Hayward at the 5. Gets to the 10-15. Tries to break to the far side. Keeps going, then gang tackled at the 16. Led by Sir Paris Jones, 6'1" sophomore out of the Bronx, New York. Joey Poland in there as well. Good job by the Eagles there. 1st and 10, 13, gonna say 15 to go in the 4th quarter. We'll go with that. Don't forget to join us in 2 weeks. Eagles host Southern Connecticut State University in their next games. That's 2 weeks from today, 1 p.m. here on the CACC Network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. I will be here with you for all of the action once again. Handoff to Stevens up the middle. Gets to the 20. It takes about 9 people to tackle him. Gains 2. Led by Amir Johnson. Michael Gabetti back out there as well. 2nd and 8. Receiver left, 3 receivers right. Stevens in the pistol. Snap. Handoff to Stevens. Goes up the middle. Has a hole this time. Gains still on his feet. You got to tackle him to bring him down. Can't just hit him. He bounces off. Gains 10. Brought down eventually by Joey Poland. Had help, but Joey Poland led the way. Shakir Price also out there. That's what made that touchdown ever so big for the Eagles. It's a 3-possession game now. Trips to the left, bunched together, short side, single receiver to the far side, snap, looks short side, quick throw, got picked off, that was read beautifully by Amir Johnson. Too many players on that side of the field, and Amir Johnson stepped in and picked it off as Pulley just turned and fired, and Johnson was standing there to get the interception at the 28-yard line, the 4th turnover of the day for West Virginia Wesleyan. For Pulley, his first interception thrown. For Johnson, his first interception of the game. 4 interceptions for the Eagles today, 4 sacks. And they lead 37-14. And now have the ball 1st and 10 from the 28 with twin receivers left, single receiver right, 2 running backs. Snap, Taylor. Hands off to White. Goes up the middle. Has some hole. Makes a veer move. Keeps going. He's at the 15. Brought down. First down, Eagles. As inside the 15-yard line to the 14 goes Adonis White. Eagles keep moving. Trying to hustle. Snap to Taylor. Hands off to White again. Trying to find a hole up the middle. Wiggles his way to about the 8. Got 5 on that one. Call it 6. So in the red zone for the 6th time today. Second and call it 4. Fumakan is in there now for Taylor. White in the backfield. Twins left, single right. Snap. Fakes the handoff to Dudley. Fumakan keeps it. He's got a lane to the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles! Into the nest does Tyler Fumakan go for the 2nd time in the game. on a 8-yard touchdown run, and the Eagles have a 43-14 lead. The Eagles with 5 rushing touchdowns today. Fumacan 2, White 1, Geraldo 1, and 1 point away from making it 44. A program record, by the way, for points in the game, I believe. Schwartz the snap, Fumacan the hold, Hawkins the kick. It is good. And the Eagles have regained that 30-point lead. It's 44-14 as Tyler Fumacan faked the handoff, went off tackle, and ran for 8 yards and the touchdown. Final score from Columbus, 14-7 Ohio State. As number 1 Texas goes down. Halftime at West Virginia, 10-3 West Virginia. Here, 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles lead 44-13. Crowd, this is the kind of crowd you need every week. But good job by the Eagles here. They've got the crowd involved. They're up 44-14. I believe we're going to double check. That's a program record for points. Don't forget to stay with us after the game. Should the Eagles hold on to win here up 30, we will have a post-game interview with our player of the game to be decided up here in the booth by yours truly. This is a program record for points in the game. The previous record for points in the game was 41 in this game last year. So the Eagles have broken their program record for most points in a game. They've broken the program record for largest lead in history. Kick is a touchback. West Virginia Wesleyan will get it 1st and 10 at the 25, trailing by 30. So the Eagles set program records for most points in the game, most rushing touchdowns in the game, largest lead. And we're going to double check for most turnovers forced. They have 4 in this game. First and 10, trips to the right. A flag for somebody. Let's see if it's offsides or false start. False start on the offense. Trips to the right, 1st and 15. Last drive for West Virginia Wesleyan was a turnover as Amir Johnson picked it off. Snap, Pulley looks right, turns right, throws right, wide receiver screen, but not much there. Maybe a gain of 2 or 3, caught by Keon Adderley. Trips to the left, 2nd and 13. Pistol formation with White in the backfield. He steps up now more to a shotgun. Pulley claps once, claps twice, takes the ball, looks left, looks over the middle, now scrambles away from the pressure, now throws it deep down the sideline. He does have a man, but it's popped up and caught. Intercepted again, the 5th turnover of the day for the Eagles. A 5th interception. It's Jazeer Orleus, the freshman out of Jersey City, New Jersey, as Pulley ran, threw it into the wind. If he could have gotten it further down the field, he did have Adderley open, but the wind pulled it back, and a great diving interception by Orleus, and the Eagles turn West Virginia Wesleyan over again. They're +4 in the turnover battle, 5-1. Today, they get the ball back. They lead 44-14. Again, a program record for points, a program record for lead, which is 30. Program record for rushing touchdowns, and a program record for turnovers and interceptions. So a big day for the Eagles. Handoff to Dudley, who goes up the middle for 5, maybe 6. They'll give him 6. So an ugly third quarter has been surrounded by a stellar first half and an awesome fourth quarter by the Eagles. One bad quarter against a better team, you could regret that. But a solid 3 quarters of football by the Eagles today. Snap to Taylor, hands off to Dudley, bounces off a hit and then gets tackled down by an ankle by 32 Elvin Williams. Excuse me, wrong side of the paper. Matthew Svatko, 6'1" linebacker out of Hempstead, Maryland. 232s on West Virginia Wesleyan. 3rd down and 4. Dudley still out there at running back. Aiden McNamara also out there, the senior 5'7", 165 out of West Boylston, Massachusetts. Eagles just going to kill some clock now, leading by 30. Twins left, single right. Dudley next to Taylor. Snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his left. Taylor has time and space, throws it down the sideline. It's caught at the 34-yard line by the aforementioned Aiden McNamara. His first varsity catch is a nice chunk of change, 22 yards. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, leading by 30. Good throw by Taylor as well. McNamara found a little hole on the far side of the field, right on the sideline, and Taylor hit him into the numbers. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 33-yard line. Twins right, single left, pistol formation with Dudley behind Taylor. Snap to Taylor is high, brought down, given to Dudley. He makes a move, gets 3 or 4 before he's brought down at the 30. Call it 3. Call him just short of the 30, actually, so 2. Officially 2. 2nd and 7.5 at the 30. Call it 7.5. Twins to the right, single receiver left, shotgun formation with Dudley next to Taylor. Good snap this time, gives to Dudley. Dudley takes it up the middle. He's going to get a first down and more. He's bouncing off tacklers and gets to the 15 before being brought down by 91 Connor Seelock. 6'2", 225 senior out of Haymarket, Virginia. And the Eagles moving in the red zone again. Hands to Dudley quickly as they had no huddle. Goes up, bouncing off tackles again. Finally gets stopped close to the 10 after a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage was a 17. He gets to the 13, so 2nd and 6. As the Eagles moving quickly. This is the 7th time in the red zone today for the Eagles. 5 touchdowns, 1 field goal. That's the kind of percentage you want every week. Twin receivers left, single receiver right. The only thing the Eagles haven't done is thrown a touchdown pass today. Dudley moves to the left. Snap to Taylor. Bobbles it, gets to Dudley, has a hole, up to 6. 7 or 6. Let's see what they officially, see if it's enough for a first down. It's close. That's a first down, and now it's 1st and goal for the Eagles, looking to break the 50-point barrier for the first time in program history. Our sports information department is going to have a lot of work coming up with all the records broken today. So Post, despite a bad third quarter, have defied the odds. Not many people thought they'd come in here today with a 30-point lead, particularly at halftime, but they have done everything that can be done. 5 turnovers of the West Virginia Wesleyan offense. 5 interceptions, mind you. Taylor takes the ball, drops the ball, picks it up, scrambles, tries to throw. He does. It's caught at the 1, actually the 2. Caught by Jaheim Chambers at the 2. Makes it 2nd and goal from the 2. So Taylor bobbles the ball, dropped it. Again, that's the one problem Malachi Taylor has. He fumbled a lot last season, fumbled today, and dropped that ball. Again, other than a bad 12 minutes in the third quarter, the Eagles have dominated play today. 2nd and goal from the 2. Dudley in the backfield. Single receivers on either side. Taylor the quarterback. Snap to Taylor. Hands to Dudley. Tries to find a hole up the middle. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Into the nest goes Malachi Dudley for his first touchdown as an Eagle. And the Eagles extend their program record lead and their program record score to 50-14 with 4:35 to go in the fourth quarter. 6 rushing touchdowns today, 1 defensive touchdown, 5 interceptions on the defensive side. Fumakan, the holder. Hawkins, the kicker. Eagles were missing 1 player. That's the delay. Hawkins has been excellent from the, other than missing the first extra point, which we all thought was good. Good snap, good kick. Ball is up. That one is good. 51-14. Eagles on that one after another interception. That's a 60-yard drive. As good as you can imagine for the Eagles today. Everything other than that 12-minute span from the start of the third quarter till about 3 minutes to go has gone the Eagles' way. Now, against better teams, you can't necessarily have those kind of bad 12-minute stretches. But when you're up 30-0, you gave up 2 touchdowns to make it 30-14, and now you've scored 21 straight points to have a 37-point lead. Again, a franchise program record 37-point lead, and 51 points is an all-time program record, breaking 41 from last year's game against the same Bobcats from West Virginia Wesleyan. Again, Bobcats came in here today expecting to win this game. This was the one they marked on their calendar against a struggling Post team, 1-9 last season, 2-30 all-time. They thought they could come in here, but before they knew it, they were down. And at halftime, it was 30-0 Eagles. Frustrations in the third quarter, 2 ejections, a bit of a brawl, the 1 lone Eagle turnover. But they've turned West Virginia Wesleyan over 5 times today. Hawkins gets the ball, kicks it deep. Good kick. It's going to go in the end zone for a touchback. Got to be careful. They were waving that ball as a fair catch, but if it landed at the 1, it would have been a live ball. So 4:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles have done just about everything they needed to do, particularly running the ball. Not a ton of completions today. Last year's game saw a lot more chunk plays, particularly by Mr. Everything Josh Tracy, who had a 95-yard kickoff return and 45 and 57-yard reception. But this year has been ground, pound, and make the throws where you need to make them. Pulley hands it off. Run of about 4. It looks to be number 27. That's Jaden Williams, 5'10", 210 freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's in the game at running back. Pulley still out there at quarterback. He fared well for that 12 minutes in the third quarter, looking to change momentum, but the Eagles, 4th and 4 play, start the fourth quarter by Tyler Famicon, really put this game away as he ran for 24 yards and stopped all the momentum. Handoff again, up the middle. He'll get a first down is Jaden Williams. Eagles lead 51-14. Those are numbers we've never said as a program. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Williams still out there. And Williams, by the way, 5'10", 210, is the smallest of the 3 running backs that West Virginia's thrown out there today. Pulley hands it to Williams. He tries to go off tackle. Eagles ready for it. It's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense there as Devon Delaney, freshman 5'10", 190 out of East Orange, New Jersey, in on the tackle. Loss of 1. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Still in the pistol. Time ticking down here in the fourth quarter. Eagles lead by 37. Williams now moves to the shotgun right of Pulley. Snap to Pulley, hands the ball off. Up the middle he goes. Brought down again, maybe a gain of a yard, if that, by 13 George Gonzalez, senior linebacker out of Millville, New Jersey. As the Eagles have emptied out the bench. On the defensive side. Twins to the right, single receiver left. Shotgun for Pulley with Williams next to him. Snap to Pulley. He looks right, throws right, has a man, dropped. Story of the West Virginia Wesleyan day as Robert Melzer, the tight end, 6'5", who's kicked an extra point, drops the throw. And now it's 4th and 10. 5 turnovers for West Virginia Wesleyan. At least 4 drops. They're going to punt. And even their punter has kicks of 33, 25, 17, and 45 on his ledger today. Johnston on his own 25. Geraldo on his own 30. He's had some problems of his own, but he's got a couple of catches and a touchdown rush. Again, little things you can clean up, but when you win by this margin and have a week off before you play Southern Connecticut, a team you played well at Southern against last year, kick is popped up. Geraldo's going to fair catch it, and he does at the 38. Yeah, things you can work on when you win 51-14, or I mean, there's still time left to see what happens. But when you're up 51-14, you need to just work on. You need to work on that 12 minutes. You need to work on cleaning up a few things. I mean, that's what you need to do over the last, over these next 2 weeks. But you're going to come back here in 2 weeks, 1-0, hosting Southern Connecticut, a team you played well against last year. One of those games that came down to the final possession. And the Eagles have emptied out their bench offensively. Tyler Famicon out there at quarterback. In the backfield is Rob Young, senior running back, 5'7", 195 out of Norwalk, Connecticut. He's in the pistol behind Famicon. Single receivers on either side. Snap, gives to Young. Young his first carry. Gets through a hole to the 40. He's still moving. He bounces off a tackle, keeps going. Tackled from behind after a gain of over 10 yards. Let's see if they give him that first down. Is that the 2-minute warning? That's the 2-minute warning. A first down on the first ever carry by Rob Young, 10 yards. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles lead 51-14. The 2-minute warning brought to you by Post University, ranked as one of the top online colleges for 2025 by Newsweek. So ask yourself, are you a Post person? What are you waiting for? Reach out to Post University today to see what they can offer you online, hybrid, or on-campus options. That's on-campus options. For more information on all of Post degree programs, to visit campus, take a tour, or to apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. Do it today. Stay with us in the postgame. We're going to have player interviews. We're going to get Adonis White up here, the running back, and Michael Gabetti, the nation's leading tackler, and a man who had an interception today. Looks like the Eagles are going to – they go in victory formation. Huh? Can they go in victory formation? I think they can with the time. Let's see. Fumakan takes a step back, goes down on the Eagles in victory formation. And that is a good feeling if you're a post-University Eagle fan. 51-14 the final. Take a couple minutes to get the players up here to do the post-game interview. But everything the Eagles could have imagined, again, outside of a 12-minute span in the third quarter, they've done everything right today. 5 interceptions, 6 rushing touchdowns, a defensive touchdown, 5 as I said, turnovers. They only had 1 turnover on their own. Famicon, 2 rushing touchdowns. White, 2 rushing touchdowns. Geraldo, a rushing touchdown. Dudley, a rushing touchdown. And Matthew Myrick, the freshman defensive lineman, a 55-yard interception return for a touchdown. But the fans are going to leave here with a very good feeling. Again, a couple of things you can fix. Eagles had 1 fumble of their own, a couple of drop passes, a couple of drops and pickups, missed extra point. But those are things you can fix. And again, when you have 2 weeks coming off a win, knowing you're going to be 1-0 on that side of the ledger. And think about how it happened for them last year. The Eagles went 1-0 in this game last year, went to Ohio, and lost at the buzzer, which sort of killed the momentum. But the clock's going to run out. Players are shaking hands. The Eagles, for the second time in program history, start the season 1-0. For the second time in program history, win a home game. For the second time in program history, win the home opener. Have scored the most points in program history at 51. Have the largest lead in program history at 37. Most rushing touchdowns in program history with 6. And the most turnovers in a game with 5. If you've watched or listened or are in the crowd today, hope you come back again in 2 weeks, as on September 13th, 2 weeks from today, the Eagles will host Southern Connecticut State University in a non-conference battle here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. The final 51-14. We're going to get Adonis White running back, and we're going to get Michael Gabetti, safety, to come up here and do post-game interviews, and a big Eagle win today. As we await that, see if we can get the stats. We are awaiting the end of the game stats, but top to bottom performance here today. Let's recap what we had in today's game. Adonis White, a 1-yard run to start the game for the Eagles after they forced West Virginia Wesleyan to go 3 and out, made it 6-0. Extra point was missed. Tyler Fumakan then had an 11-yard run to make it 13-0 on a 35-yard drive, and that's how the first quarter ended, 13-0. White then had an 8-yard run to make it 20-0 in the second quarter. A 33-yard field goal by Nathan Hawkins, the freshman out of Phoenix, made it 23-0. And then probably the biggest, really the moment in the game you kind of looked at things and said, maybe the Eagles got something here today. Matthew Myrick picked off a wide receiver screen, ran 55 yards, barely made it into the end zone for a touchdown. That made it 30-0, and that's how we went to halftime. West Virginia Wesleyan got the Eagles to go 3 and out to start the third quarter. Then they scored a touchdown of their own on a Kevin Montague Wildcat 7-yard run. Followed that up by a run by Pulley to make it 30-14. Thought maybe some of that momentum was going to get away from the Eagles. But they drove down to the field, had a 4th and 4 at the 45-yard line. Tyler Famicom ran for 24 yards. That set up the next touchdown, which was a Geraldo 8-yard run to make it 37-14. Then Tyler Famicom an 8-yard run to make it 44-14. And Malachi Dudley a 2-yard run to give us our final score of 51-14. Eagles forced 5 turnovers today. In excellent performance from top to bottom.
Jared, you circled post ones here, right?
We're waiting.
And it looks like no one else came in, actually.
Yeah, I found maybe like 2 people.
We're waiting for who we've asked for, Michael Gabetti and Adonis White. White, both players had end of the season honors last season. Excellent job overall today as we get everything set up here. Because now you can see me for the first time. Hi, everybody. And we can see you. What are you on this camera?
Can I mute you for a sec?
Go for it. Just testing up our set here. Testing up our set as we await. Adonis White for the offense, Michael Gabetti for the defense. Talk loud. I'm good like that. So we await 2 players. And the exciting postgame, a victory postgame brought to you by Post University. Who wants you to ask yourself, are you a Post person? Post makes it personal with fast, flexible, and affordable programs that are designed to help you achieve your goals. No matter where you are in your academic journey, Post offers online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For more information on all of Post degree programs, to visit campus, take a tour, or apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Test, test. Test. Test, test.
All right, post-game time. I'm Jeff Nelson. I have our running back here, Adonis White. Adonis, great game today. First, let's talk about the game as a whole. A lot of talk about what this post program was going to look like coming into the season. You guys stepped up right away, 30-0 at the half. So talk about that first.
First and foremost, we're all young, so everybody thought that we wasn't going to be up there. So today we have to prove them wrong and show them how we are this year.
What did you see out of your offensive line in particular? 2 rushing touchdowns today. Found a lot of holes, made a lot of plays. Talk about what you saw there today.
Yeah, offensive line did their job. Opened the hole for me. I just ran right through.
Probably have to take them out to dinner, right?
Maybe.
Talk about the overall offense today. Really, other than like a 12-minute stretch in the third quarter, you guys really dominated the game.
Overall offense, passing, set up the runs for me and my other running back, and Tyler Puma John. He's a playmaker, so you miss it, and he's gone. So help us out a little bit.
So I got Michael Gabetti coming in behind you. Talk to me about what he brought to the game today. Talk about your whole defense as a whole. 5 turnovers, program record, 5 turnovers.
I don't know. That's something new, but we're definitely going to grow and get many, many more.
What do you guys do over the next 2 weeks? Now you have 2 weeks between the next game and Southern. It's a long time. You clean up some of the things that did go wrong, but at the same time, you take a lot off this victory, knowing you're 1-0 for the second straight season.
Yes, sir. For the next 2 weeks, we're just going to focus on the next game, treat it as we're 0-0. But our mindset is 1-0. So,
awesome.
Yes, sir.
Adonis White, 2 touchdowns today. If I had the stats, I'd give you his yards, but he did a great job today overall. Congratulations, Adonis.
Thank you.
1-0. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's Adonis White. Running back Malachi Dudley, who today scored a touchdown himself in a 51-14 victory for the Eagles over West Virginia Wesleyan today. Malachi, talk to me about your game today. Obviously, your first touchdown. Talk to me about this team overall and how they came out today.
My game, I just came out there to do the best that I could. First college game. As a freshman, redshirt freshman, I was just ready to play, ready to ball.
What's the emotions like coming out for your first game, and particularly, and then to be up 14, 20 nothing very quickly?
I was happy. The emotion it felt good. Like, I just wanted to be a part of it, and I'm glad I'm a part of it.
Expectations for this team have been sort of up and down coming into this year. Obviously, a freshman, the program is still in its 4th year. Talk to me about what the offseason was like coming into this game today. What did you guys expect out of yourselves?
We was working every day. Every day we stacked days, got better, and we knew what the goal was coming out here today. And we completed that goal, came out with the victory. Yeah.
Talk to me about your defense. 5 turnovers today really sort of set the table for you guys. Made life a lot easier when you take the ball on your side of the field 5 times.
I mean, they did good. I knew they was going to do good. We was going against them all camp. Like, yeah, good job. They did a good job.
Talk to me about the next 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks off. You're going to clean up some things, obviously. Some of the bad 12 minutes in the third quarter aside, you guys really played well today. But you got 2 weeks till your next game against Southern Connecticut. Talk to me what you do in these next 2 weeks.
We're going to prep, work, stack them days. Next opponent, we got this game, this old already. We on to the next opponent, ready for them 2 weeks, ready for the next game.
Malachi Dudley, his first varsity touchdown as a member of the Post University Eagles. Eagles win 51-14. Michael Gabetti, safety, now former linebacker for the Post University. Defense today, interception for you today. Talk about that to start.
Yes, sir. I was in my drop just doing what I was taught to do, and it fell in my lap and made the play and got down because I had to secure one last year, caught one, I got fumbled, so I had to secure it this year. And great momentum change because they were driving on us, so it was a great pick, so yeah.
Other than we've talked about it all game, this sort of a bad 12 minutes in the third quarter, you guys really dominated. Say 5 defensive turnovers. What were you guys seeing or what were you guys doing to create those turnovers?
I would just say it's trust in our assignment, alignment, and just everything we do. Like, we know we're going to be put in the right spots. We just have to make the plays. It's not all about getting to the spots, it's about being able to be there, reacting, and making the plays.
Talk quickly about Myrick's interception, 55 yards.
That was
barely kind of made it.
That was insane.
I saw the 3 of you guys down there. I thought one of you guys was going to carry him over the line.
Sure. Yeah, I dropped back, and I thought the screen was wide open because they had their full line coming out to get us, and Myrick made a great play, put his foot in the ground, tracked it back, and caught the ball and took it to the house. It was a great play, and, we're going to definitely talk about that one for a while.
Talk about your offense today. You guys, with your guys' help as a defense, you set them up perfectly, but they managed to get the ball in the end zone.
Absolutely.
Many times.
Absolutely, yeah. Everybody ran the ball hard today. Followed the line blocked great. Ran the ball hard. We still had a little mix-ups on both sides of the ball, personality-wise and emotion-wise, not letting the game get too much and letting it get to our heads. But the offense did great. We got to keep putting them in positions to do their job and keep pushing this to win.
Now, I don't have your official number of tackles today, but you were at 11 going into the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
You led the nation last year in tackles, which is an impressive feat for somebody at Little Old Post University. So talk about what you're seeing as a defender that helping you make those tackles, leading the nation last year.
I mean, for me, it starts with everything I was taught as a kid. Me and my father have a great bond because of this game. We watch film together. We study together. He talks me through X's and O's since I was a little kid. And coming here, being able to develop and sitting down with Coach Rags all the time, watching film, seeing their tendencies, seeing how they line up, and being able to know what's going to happen or being able to have a good, educated guess of what's going to happen before the play. So my reaction time's there, and I know where I have to be, know where I have to fit, and I can just play football.
Talk about you in this program. Now, you obviously individually had a great season last season. I know it's a new season, but you're back.
Absolutely.
On a team that didn't have a great season last season. What made you come back? What made you want to be a part of this continued growth?
I mean, what made me come back is the coaching staff and the people I play around, especially number 0. He's like my best friend here, and we do everything off the field, on the field together. And also getting recruited. I mean, I knew the player I was, but nobody else did just because of my size. And Coach Schultz took that opportunity on me, took a shot on me. Even though I came here a long snap, he gave me the opportunity to try to play and made the most of it.
Now, whose interception was better, yours or Zero's, Steph?
I was
pretty nice too.
His was nice, but he's gonna tell you. I told him to get down there. He made a great play. He's a great football player. He's taught me so much just as a man and as a role model, and I love the guy.
Talk to me. 2 weeks now till Southern Connecticut. You have cleaned up some of the things that didn't go well, but you have a lot to sort of build on over these next 2 weeks. What do you do for the next 2 weeks?
Lock in. We got to stay in the film room. We got to go over what mistakes we have, what mistakes we need to fix. Being able to stay with our head on like ground zero. Not let this win mean anything. It really doesn't mean anything. It's 1-0, but it's a non-conference game. It's just a stat, just to get our feet, like get players experience and get on the field. So, I mean, building off of this, going into the bye week, we got to take each day like it's the most important day in program history, because that's how we practice every day. Coach tells us it's the most important practice in program's history, because yesterday doesn't matter. Tomorrow doesn't matter. Today matters, because we can't get to tomorrow if we don't produce today.
Great attitude to have.
Yes,
Last
sir.
question. You got banged up a little bit midway second quarter, I think it was. How you doing? You good? Health?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I mean, I've had a cramping problem my whole life, so it's just I got an IV this morning. Might have to get 2 bags next time, but, yeah, that's it.
Michael Gabetti, linebacker. By the way, how do you like playing safety versus linebacker? I know you're kind of a hybrid, but any differences for you?
It's a little different because I'm more off the ball, not really in the face of guards and the linemen every play, but I want to do what's best for the team. And me being back there, I'm able to see everything in front of me. I'm able to align the defense the right way, able to make the correct checks. And I don't know, it's just I love it. I just love playing football. That's really it, sir.
Great player to emulate here if you're watching at home. Michael Gabetti, the nation's leading tackler from a year ago, had at least 11 going to the fourth quarter, so he's probably breaking his average, which was 13-6 last season. But all around, interception today, great game for the Eagles, 51-14 the final. Congratulations. I'm Jeff Nelson. We'll see you in 2 weeks against Southern Connecticut. Michael Gabetti will see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody.